Bella. Get me back on Russ on that tower. Go to work.
What perks from Call of Duty would you want in real life?
Marathon Pro and combined with Lightweight Pro. Just be zipping and zooming everywhere. Are you kidding me? Just be zipping and zooming everywhere. Are you kidding me?
Maybe here we see later.
I need to see a beautiful
Bueno,
shot
vale,
canceling
vamos a
that
ver, ya
war
estamos aquí en el FORTNITE, quedan 6 minutitos para que empiece.
Well, I think that's how a lot of the competitors feel for sure. It was an interesting year. We want to get back to the roots a little bit, and that's what a lot of this is about, like getting back to our roots. So, like, for you, when you think back to the early days, like, what's your first like memory of Call of Duty?
Oh man, Call of Duty 4, first game that got me started. After that, it was just World at War, and then every COD title from there on out, just growing up playing the game with friends. It was just a beautiful experience, and now to get to do that with all these people, me and my boy D were just talking about it before we got here, how we grew up watching so many of these creators come out to these events and do these things, and to get to now come and do these things is just so surreal. So, yeah, we're very excited.
And obviously Call of Duty has become a career for you, but like more than that, what does it mean to you? Like all the relationships you've made and stuff, it's become a big part of your life, right?
That's exactly what it means. It's just I think about all the friendships and relationships that I've been able to make because of this incredible game. That's from back in high school friends all the way till now to friends that I've made throughout just making a career out of it.
Do you remember kind of your roots when you talk Call of Duty, like where it all started for you?
Oh, absolutely. I just remember coming home from middle school and just grinding multiplayer. But I actually, when I first started streaming 2 years ago, the first game that I played was Warzone. And so it definitely holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I was going to kind of ask that next. Like, for a lot of people here, it is it's been careers or it's been friendships, relationships. Like Call of Duty has been much more than just a video game. What does Call of Duty mean to you, like at its core?
I mean, I think it's just the competition, and it just brings me back. It's like an addiction to the game, and I think no other game has done that for me, and I think they've really done a lot of innovation in Battle Royale, and I'm just really excited to see what they bring next.
The one, the only Dr. Lupo. Sir, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm 36 years old. I just got a
I'm 38, and it was hard. I do. The lack of hair really makes me look far older, but hey, what are you most excited for? What do you want to see this weekend?
I'm looking for more and more opportunities than we've ever had before for me to get probably overextend, get knocked, eliminated, and scream at my teammates for not carrying me. Then when we do win, taking 95% credit.
So some changes to Warzone maybe is what you're looking for?
That sounds like what we've been doing already. But yeah, if you want to call it that, sure.
For you, what does COD mean to you? Like, you know, you said you're 36, you've been playing for a long time. What does it mean to you?
First off, that hurts a lot, reminding me that I am that old. No, I think Call of Duty for a long time has been one of those games that brings friends together to do, silly crap or run around having fun in multiplayer or screaming at each other in Warzone when people aren't pulling their weight. The banter is always like number one.
I appreciate it. Have fun.
Vale, vamos a ver, hoy van a presentar Warzone Mobile. Quedan 3 minutitos, 20 segundos. Van a presentar Warzone Mobile, el mapa nuevo de Warzone. Los zombies, nos van a explicar las nuevas mecánicas, los nuevos perks, que ya sabéis que ya no va por maletín, ahora van por botas, chaleco y casco, creo, y creo que hay algo más, no estoy seguro, pero creo que hay un perk más por ahí, ¿vale? Estoy acostumbrado, siempre tengo el OBS en la pantalla esta, pero si no es que tengo que estar mirando aquí todo el rato. Pero bueno, no pasa nada, quedan 3 minutitos, gente. Bueno, yo estoy leyendo por el chat, ¿vale? Así que si estáis por ahí, cualquier cosa, cualquier duda, yo estoy leyendo. Y así que nada, chicos, vamos a ver, ¿qué esperáis hoy del juego? Yo espero poquita cosa, la verdad. No me sale ni el chat ahí en pantalla. No sé, no se me han actualizado las cosas estas. Lo he puesto para que me salga el chat en pantalla. Ah, mira, hay algo ha puesto, pero se me va a borrar enseguida. Así que nada, vamos a ver. Viendo, ya queda poquito, no me sale el chat. chat no me sale nada, tío. Yo no sé, toda la mañana preparando para que salga esto. Y nada, bueno, vamos a ver. Saludos desde Madrid. Bueno, un saludo. Hola Igor, muchas gracias por pasarte, por volver. Siempre está en mi directo, muy crack este tío. No ve cada vez que puede, no siempre está, pero cada vez que puede siempre pasa. Muchas gracias. Saludos desde Madrid. Nunca he sabido de dónde era. Bueno, vamos a ver, chicos. No sé qué nos encontraremos hoy. Ahora. Vale, ahora me salta el boss. Eso quiere decir que ya empezarán a salir. Que nada, a ver cómo será esto. Quiero ver si se viene ahora a quitar. Esto no se me actualiza. Y el chat creo que habla cuando le da la gana. Mira ahora. Me sale el buff. Ahora me sale la gente. ¿Solo hay uno? Madre mía, qué depresión. No voy a deprimir si solo tenemos una persona. Con 4 niños. Se actualiza. No pasa nada, no hay que obsesionarse con la visita. Hay que hablar como aunque fuese para uno solo. Pero eso no me ocurre. Qué depresión. Pues nada, venga, 10 segundos. Vamos por algo de mientras.
You know who we are? Tell me so. This is Ghost. Woods. Mason. Farah. Russell Adler. Captain Price. Going dark. Go! Everybody ready? Hoorah!
Vale, abandoné, pero bueno, ya estamos. No sé ni qué esperar hoy, así estamos todos. Oh, bueno, estas son estarán viendo imágenes del viaje, vale. Ya tenía que ser un flipante, la nuclear que ya salió. ¡Sau! ¡No! ¿Qué ha pasado con Sau? Bueno, revivir. Esa es la imagen de... Bueno, bien van a presentar Warzone Mobile. Vamos a quitarle un poco de sonido, me van a fallar vivo. Con el copy. Oh, qué guapo. Bueno, sí, recopilatorio de todo. 20 años. Código, Capitán Price. Stephanie, estudio comunicación directa. Papel Isa. Queremos ver gameplay, queremos ver la gente ya jugar. Nos podríamos poner, es que no sé si nos funarán, si ponemos un youtuber español, yo creo que nos funarán vivo, ¿no? Por poner a Gameplay Boy, muchas gracias por pasarte. La plataforma verde, que estamos también en directo en la plataforma verde y la plataforma roja, gente. Acordaros. ¿Vale? Gracias al like, suscríbanse si sois nuevos y apoyar al canal pequeñito, que vamos a estar mañana jugando a la beta. Player, los zombies, que se iba a presentar un gameplay jugando, iban a jugar a los zombies y al final solo va a ser un gameplay. Van a hablar, que guapo, la verdad es que a mí me encantaría estar ahí alguna vez. No me van a invitar, ¿no? Pero me encantaría poder estar ahí ahora mismo. ¡Oh, qué guapo! Increíble, eso sí. Increíble. Y ya nadie le está criticando porque resulta que sale, mira, de Modern Warfare de Vanguard, de Vanguard han puesto, mira, es un DLC de todo. Bueno, creo que pondrán el tráiler. Y han tirado de nostalgia poniendo a la canción de Eminem con el Modern Warfare 2 original del 2009. También había otras canciones más, ahora mismo no me acuerdo, ¿no? De cabeza, yo tengo una cabeza de un pez de pecera, que es más pequeño, o es más corta que el del agua. Dios, qué guapo se ve. La verdad es que sí. Ahora hay buenas mecánicas porque puedes disparar haciéndole el light cancel, puedes disparar. También parece ser que en el agua puedes ir con la pistola, puedes disparar no con la pistola sino con cualquier arma, porque mira, visto que salen ahí nadando, porque ¿qué sentido tiene ir con la pistola adelante si no puedes disparar? A mí los remates de esas armas, por ejemplo, el tráiler de presentación del multijugador, yo lo veo más un tráiler de vende skin. Ahora, visto, mira, ese dron me encanta, tiene buena pinta. Y el paint, guapísimo. Si es verdad lo que ocurre, que puedes bloquear todo, y ahí eso ha sido para dar espectáculo, porque es una tontería disparar a la mina cuando puedes disparar al tío. El Rush yo lo quiero probar, ¿vale? Que viene el día 8 de octubre, no sale el mañana, sale el día 8. Ahora creo que vienen solo 3 mapas y uno de guerra terrestre. Esperamos que no me funen en el directo con esta música. Se escucha muy flojo, pero bueno, no. Vamos a ver, yo no me callaré para que no me dé. Eso tiene que ser del misil tiene que ser algún evento durante la partida, que tendrás que estar por ahí cuando ocurrirá algo. La verdad que el tráiler está muy bien, a mí me ha gustado mucho el tráiler. Tiene sus cositas buenas, sus pros y sus contras, como todo. Pero bueno, pero hacho, mira, qué encanto tiene que estar jugando ahí, tío. Lo siento mucho. Pero mira, con los cascos de Modern Warfare, todos con el Modern Warfare 3. ¡Activision! ¡Regálame algo, coño! No me regaláis nada, hostia. A los canales pequeñitos, nada más que les regaléis a los que tienen cuartos, coño. Se lo pueden permitir tú. Le regaláis cosas a ellos. A nosotros que no tenemos... A los pequeñitos que no nos podemos comprar nada, macho, y no nos regalan ni pipa. Coño, estoy aquí en un canal ahí pequeñico de Modern Warfare. Hacemos partidas siempre hasta de Vanguard cuando no lo quería jugar ni su puta madre. He estado haciendo partidas de Vanguard, coño, y no me habéis regalado nunca nada. Televisión, regálame algo. Fortnite también. Que me habéis quitado el pan, hijo puta. Bueno, vamos a ver, estos no sé qué están diciendo porque el inglés y yo estamos peleados. Tendría que haber alguna aplicación para traducir todos los vídeos al español, ¿no? Vamos a dejarlo. Vamos a seguir viéndolo en directo. Venga, estamos en el CODNES. Pasaros por aquí, suscribiros, darle like, compartir, activar la campanita mientras que estos cascan. ¿Qué se ve? A la lata esta. ¡Oh! El bochar, como mola. Las curvas esos tan grandes no me gustan. Yo tengo un curvo, el Samsung, yo tengo un Samsung curvo que es con el que juego, un 2K. Y de 27 pulgadas y va sobrado. Tengo 3 monitores aquí, tengo uno aquí de 27 pulgadas, tengo otro aquí de 27 pulgadas y el del medio, que es con el que juego, de 27 pulgadas. Pero por desgracia, el de 27 pulgadas no lo tengo conectado porque no consigo un puto cable, macho. El del medio no lo tengo conectado al ordenador porque no encuentro un DisplayPort. Cada vez que voy a mirarlo en algún sitio no lo encuentro, no lo puedo conectar. Así que nada, vamos a seguir, a ver, bueno, el director Daniki, Greg Recto y King Wade, director del LED Gamer y todo el rollo este, vamos a ver cómo se nos da esto. Y mañana jugando a la beta a las 7 de la tarde, acordaros, 7 de la tarde estaremos en directo probando la beta de Modern Warfare 3. Hola Bochi, muchas gracias por pasarte, hoy es que lo tengo todo cambiado y me siento hasta raro. Tengo que comprarme ya el cablecito, el cable, tío. Nada, tranquilo, no pasa nada. Lo que pasa es que no... Así sí me está saliendo. Es que me sale el chat este en pantalla, lo he puesto otra vez, pero sale cuando le da la gana, tío. No mola. ¿Se me escucha abajo? Espérate, pues yo... No, se tiene que... O sea, tengo el micrófono a tope. Es que he cambiado de micrófono, vale, no tengo el de la araña, tengo el de la cámara y puede ser que sí se me escuche un poco bajo. Pero como le... Espérate.
Effects as well as gameplay coming to bat on those, and it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat.
No, ahora claro, es que ahora si lo doy se escuchará más, pero puede ser que se escuche ruido. ¿No, Bochi? Sí, se escucha ruido. El directo lo tengo yo bajo para que no me salte el copyright, ¿vale? ¿Qué ha pasado con esto? ¿Qué ha pasado con la página? No me jodas, tío, ¿ya empezamos? Parece ser que se ha quedado pillado. No sé qué se ha quedado pillado. Se ha quedado pillado a la página. ¿Está cargando qué? Vamos por culo, ¿qué ha pasado? Ahora. Oh, no sé qué le ha pasado. Yo, ¿se queda esto pillado? Ahora. Lo tengo yo bajico, tío. Es que me funan en el directo, tío. Yo, ¿no va?
And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. So I mean, credit to you guys for making something that is
no va a oír nada, tío.
fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like
claro, tío.
You know, like me, some good old-fashioned boots on ground.
Pero no va. No sé qué pasa, que... No sé qué pasa, no va, tío. No sé, tío, ¿me dices que con 600 megas no puede leer una puta página? ¿En serio? ¿Pero ya estamos teniendo estos problemas nada más empezar? Pues sí, pues estamos teniendo problemas nada más empezar.
Want to highlight for the community, and as it stands right now, I mean, we have all these incredible creators, Stephanie, that are participating in this, and you know that they're loving every minute of it. Playing some Kill Confirm with the homies, always a good time.
Yeah, I think we want to start off with talking about maps. There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today.
Y esto, por lo de la cámara, pues yo pensaba que sí se me escuchaba alto.
And those are the 5 multiplayer core 6v6 maps that are in beta. Greg, you want to take us through?
Lo he estado probando hoy.
Yeah, of course. Well, right now we're watching a little bit of Skid Row, and that is, you know, a great map.
Iconic.
Lo he estado puesto hoy, la verdad que me iba bastante bien. No sé por qué ahora se escucha mal. Pero va a la página fatal, tío. No, vamos a poner la 720, tío, es penoso. Se sigue escuchando bajo. Pues nada, pues... Pues cambiamos de micro y ahora se escuchará mejor, ¿no? Ya está. Si ese micro escucha bajo, pues... hacemos que este se escuche más alto, ya está. No pasa nada. Si era por comodidad. Es que estaba probando el micro de la cámara y el micro de la cámara, a lo mejor si pongo la cámara encima del monitor, puede ser que sí se me escuche bien, pero como lo tengo más lejos, sí, me han gustado, en vez de poner la blanca lo he puesto bien amarillo. Pero que no puedo poner esto en 1080, tío. Increíble. Macho, 600 megas. Mira, está el multijugador ya, ¿eh? Venga, muévete, coño. Estáis pegando. Hasta nada más que levanto el arma abajo, levanto abajo. Macho, yo me encantaría estar ahí ahora mismo, gente.
Great sledgehammer touches that you guys have brought to these maps, made modern for Modern Warfare 3.
That's right. We've stayed true to the original level design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight from the originals, those are still going to be there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for Modern Warfare 3's player movement and weapon feel. And we feel like
no me he dado cuenta dónde tenía.
Y a mí, si te invitan, llévame alguna vez, llévame. Mira, si me invitasen alguna vez, que va a ser que no, por cierto, vamos a ser sinceros y realistas. Va a ser que no, pero me tendría que llevar a mi editor gráfico. A mi director a mi editor me lo tendría que llevar. Venga, vale. Nos iríamos al Bochi ya, que me pilla hasta más cerca. Al Bochi le pillaría hasta más cerca ir para allá.
Watch me, I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already there.
It was so important to us to keep all of those opening moves that you remember from back in the day, and being able to have those in the game, but also have this modernization of the movement. How we're able to work with the.
Así que nada, gente. Bueno, ¿qué está pareciendo esto? A mí de momento no sé. No está mal, no está mal, no está mal. Va bien. Vale, espérate, es que estamos teniendo problemas. Me encantaría verte allá, a mí también me encantaría a mí. El Bochi es mi editor, tío. El Bochi es el editor del canal. El que me hace mis miniaturas. El que me lo hace todo. Tengo que hacer la pelota para que me baje el sueldo, para que me baje, se baje la nómina. Que ya me ha dicho que cuando el canal crezca ahí de perra, que quiere un 40% o un 50% de aumento de sueldo. Dice que quiere el 30% del canal. Un 70-30 de reparticiones de bienes del canal. El 70 yo el 30, no, si tanto no me ha salido mi Bochi. Mira, Hacho, vamos a ver, se ve guapísimo, tío, se ve guapísimo. Los bares son cinemáticas, esperamos. un 40-50. No, un 40-60, perdón. Hacho, se ve muy guapo, tío. Los bares que ahora nos van a vender el juego. Le vamos a coger mucho hype, vamos a estar deseando. Van a salir la campaña. Nos van a vender la campaña antes, una semana antes de que salga el juego por ahí. Claro, nos van a dar más hype todavía de que salga. Nos van a meter un multijugador todo lleno de bugs. Y nos van a meter cositas para callarnos. Y cuando te vayas a quejar, te meterán de que el juego siga, te meterán la temporada 1 para corregir las cosas. Y pondrán el juego que se vea mejor. Y con algunas mejoras para callarte. Que es lo que hacen siempre. Hacho, la movilidad me gusta más esta que la de 2. Hay que decirlo. Es lo bueno. Se hacía falta esta movilidad. Es que yo estoy en YouTube viéndolo. No sé, pásame el enlace. No lo he visto, yo en Twitch no lo he visto.
The linear objectives, the buildables, the scripted events. It's really exciting to see that be part of our day one launch slate as well.
Awesome. So we've got Ground War, we've got 466.
No, sigo aquí, va bien, no me quejo. No me quejo. Parece que está mejorando ahora. El audio, el juego, la imagen. Yo creo que se ha saturado de tanta gente. No, la verdad que sí, movilidad y todo eso. Bueno, eso de que está mejorando, no sé yo. Que vamos a 1080, tío. Que no estoy pidiendo, no estoy poniendo calidad de esto. No sé por qué se ve tan mal, tío. Es increíble. Cuando tenga cuartos microfónicos de esto así me gusta. Me lo quería comprar. Estuve a punto de comprármelo. Me encanta, tío, la movilidad de este juego. Pues pásame el enlace, tío, porque yo ahora mismo no sé ni qué canal está en Twitch. Me da igual poner Twitch, la plataforma morada, la plataforma verde, verlo en cualquier sitio. Yo sé que Call of Duty tiene la plataforma lila, morada, pero no lo he encontrado. Las del juego, ¿verdad? Bueno, las tendrán que cambiar un poquitín.
it is familiar, but also new at the same time, where you're now able to pull over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on.
Lo que no me está gustando es que los invitados de allí,
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is.
I live here. I live here.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps
los que están allí
Hardpoint did not exist. Kill confirm did not exist. So those are
están ya vendiéndote el juego. Oh, está sorprendente, novedades, lo mismo que hacen siempre. Sí, se ve bien, se ve bien. Vamos a 1080. Tengo ganas de jugarlo, tío. Cuando termine la beta haré un vídeo dando mi opinión, ¿vale? De lo que me ha parecido a mí la beta. Sabes también el monitor con el que están jugando ellos. La verdad es que son las miras de Vanguard, tío. Las ha quejado la gente que están diciendo, ¿en serio? Ponemos un juego nuevo. ¡Oh, eso qué guapo! Hostias, ¿cómo se llama esto que está ahora aquí en el juego? Que la tira y te lanza esta de sonido. Y puedes hasta disparar y todo, pero no sé si es bug o que puedes hacerlo ahora en marcha. O que puedes salir y disparar ahora arrastrando y disparando. Eso sí, sí lo he visto. Esto que ahora en medio de la partida le piden hacer fotos, poses, hacer tontico. Bueno, tienen que hacer la pose tonta. Esto de flipado. Hay que verlo, no lo sé. Mañana lo veré, mañana te digo. Me ha gustado el micro ese. Sí, y dispara, apuntas, disparas, lo he visto yo también. Sí, lo he visto yo eso también.
As part of the, the innovations that you guys have brought to gameplay in just a second. But we want to remind the audience out there that while you're watching gameplay today, you will get to play it starting tomorrow. Take a look here at the beta schedule.
Beta, mañana ya la tenemos descargada, gente, ¿vale? El 6 y el 7 estaremos dándole caña. Luego sale la beta abierta para todos los de PlayStation, el 8 y el 10, ¿vale? Del 8 al 10, ¿vale? Y el 11 descansa la beta y el 12-13 sale para los de Xbox, PC y para los de PlayStation, ¿vale? Y el 14-15 ya para todas las plataformas. Que es la segunda semana, ¿vale? Va a venir en 2 semanas. La segunda semana es para los que hayan reservado el juego de PlayStation en Xbox y en PC. Que les darán código, con código. Este no corre. El del monguito este. ¿Qué pasa? Ay, como no está en su casa jugando, ahora dispara hasta a sus compañeros y todo, porque se le va la mira. No se le va la mira a los enemigos, como cuando juega en su casita. Que va a saco por donde está la gente y todo. Hay que ver cuántos niveles tendremos ahora para subir. La última vez creo que eran 20. Podía subir hasta el nivel 20 solo. Y luego la segunda vez tenían más niveles para poder subir. Hostia, bueno, esa no es del juego, es el juego, es la imagen, porque yo estoy viendo a la muchacha esta jugar. Me la acaban de reventar. Mira, invitan a gente que no sabe jugar y no me invitan a mí. Chupones, cabrones. Oh, qué tiro más bueno.
I'll be taking notes on which ones we know are the ringers of the group. I think we have a good feeling.
Somebody voted for Estate, it looks like. Here we're looking at Estate.
Oh,
right
nice,
now.
yeah.
Somebody voted for that. Yeah, that's a good one for snipers.
I like Estate.
Yep.
Hay que ver los snipers, tío. Volverán a matar de un tiro, todo eso. En el multijugador, el problema es que el multijugador, claro, no sabe. Eso parece un franco, más que un franco parece una DMR o algo, ¿no? Será franco, pero no sé, no lo veo yo. No lo veo yo como un franco eso. La PKM. Yo la PKM, la Holder, cuando estaba en Warzone, madre mía, me lo he pasado yo pipa con la Holder. Hay que ver el sistema de parkour y todo eso. Mira, la armería, hecho, si es que es lo mismo, tío. Nada más que han cambiado los colores. ¿Y que hay los pera ahora que son? Los guantes, las botas y el casco. O los auriculares. Que según las botas que te pongas, en vez de ahora de venir en maletín, te van a venir así. Vamos a verlo. Espérate que se me ha retrasado. Y esto no me gusta, tío. Este creo que es la skin que te mete. Hacho, yo lo digo siempre al revés. Exactamente, tío. Porque encima te van a meter mapas de 10, 12 años. Te van a meter mapas viejos remasterizados. Yo echo de menos Rush. Me va a encantar que metan Rush porque es un mapa que yo me lo he pasado pipa. No me gustan esas skins. Por cierto, estas plateadas son feísimas. 80 pavos. Y ya diré yo, cuando lo tenga en mi mano, lo probaré y ya diré yo si merece la pena gastarse 80 pavos en un juego, ¿no?
It's different, it's logical, but you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love. So Call of Duty fans will be familiar with them, but presented in an all-new way. What are you guys most excited about to see here with players getting into that loadout edit?
La puta es que sea en inglés, tío, y no me esté enterando de nada. Confiamos en tu opinión. Muy bien, muchas gracias, Armando. Yo también confío en la mía. No vale para nada.
Yeah, the knee pad. Greg, I've been using the I've been using the tack pads.
And then we have the lightweight boots. We have the
Venga, chicos, dejen esos likes, que viene muy bien al canal, ayuda un montón los likes.
I need all the help I can get. We need all the things.
So, and those are just going to cancel out your noise when you're moving around. They're going to eliminate footsteps.
The true silent movement perk is back. Yep.
Can confirmed, have used it, heard nothing. So it is very silent. Success.
It was only footsteps.
Vienen muy bien esos likes.
Well, yeah. Well, also, you know, I mean, I can't hear anymore either. Old age, anyway. No.
You make these old jokes. I don't know what's happening.
La verdad es que ahí, esto no se ve.
Call of Duty haven't been around for so long. It's just amazing how we've all just grown up with this, right? And you guys are.
Mira, Rus. ¡Oh! Me encantaba ese mapa, tío. Me ha encantado siempre ese mapa. Yo no he sido de los camperos que se han subido arriba, nunca he sido. Pero sí de ir por ahí, metido por ahí. De esos pesquinas por ahí corriendo, madre mía, tío, me lo he pasado pipa. Por ahí, por toda esta zona. Madre mía. Ahí de estas redadas, de estas cuando le pillabas por la espalda. ¿Qué se ha tomado? No lo he visto. ¿Qué era? Se ha puesto algo así para... Ah, vale, Ahora es... Joder, Joder, no me acuerdo el nombre. Ahora, pero podrían haber tocado un poquitín. Yo lo veo igual, tío, Rus. Yo veo Rus como siempre. Ah, la escopeta esa parece que hace un poquitín de daño. Mira, visto, si es que igual. Solamente que han cambiado los colores.
It feels right. It feels great. I've really loved seeing it. You have a direct way to engage. So I'm really excited to hear you guys talk about that. And that's not the only piece of classic gameplay that you'll see returning in Modern Warfare 3.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement.
Han pillado. Ay, no me he fijado contra quién estamos jugando. La verdad que sí que mola el juego. Vamos a ver. La verdad es que... ya te digo. Mira, la furia esa. Nunca me he acordado cómo se llama.
you know, and in both of those things, really the core was we wanted players to feel responsive and feel like they had a lot of options. So we know that.
Dios, vaya agilidad que tienen los dedos, tío. Hola, Juanca, espérate, que no sé si te he contestado, tío. No me da ni cuenta.
Some of those weapons have really long reloads. It's a real big commitment. So even after doing that, we wanted to make sure that players had the choice to cancel out of that because we know things change moment to moment so quickly in these battles. And it felt right, you know, and we're just so happy that we have it back in. And we know that
Una pena, tío, que no está súper happy. Madre mía, macho, qué tiempo aquellos. Tengo unas ganas que llegue el 8. El 6, el 7, el lunes, ¿no? El domingo llega Rush, chicos. ¿Qué me han mandado por disco? Espérate, tío, no sé ni dónde tengo el disco aquí. Ah, vale. Tío, es que te adelantas tanto, tío, a las portadas que ya no... Que ya no sé qué portada. Hacho, pero las miras son las de Vanguard, tío. Qué vergüenza que te saques Modern Warfare 3 y te pongas miras de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Venga, hombre.
And what we've also done with that time to kill, so what you're going to notice is it's much more consistent across the board. So we've eliminated some of these spikes that we've had in the past because our modifiers. So we have modifiers on your when you get a headshot.
Tío, mirad de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. Han puesto que se ha quejado uno nada más empezar. El multijugador, tío. El multijugador es el mismo en todo. Bueno, lo subieron una vez, pero es que como lo tengo tan bajo, yo no lo escucho muy alto los disparos. A ver, vamos a subirlo. Sí, 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 el CTE. El TTK. El multijugador lo toquetearon, lo subieron, luego lo bajaron. Date cuenta que es como si fuese sin placa. Es como si fuese sin placa en el juego. En el Battle Royale como si fuese sin placa, te matan igual. Bueno, como no hay música, vamos a darle caña un poquitín para ir escuchando un poco el sonido.
And that includes a new thing that I would like to talk about called tac stance.
Yes, tac stance is
te podían callar, si se calla, ponemos.
What you're doing with tactical gameplay.
Eso es lo que quiero, que se callen para escuchar el sonido bien.
It's right in between your aim down the sight, so you're very like, you know, pinpoint accuracy and your hip fire. So the hip fire is going to be that big spread that you have. And so what it allows you to do is when you're in ADS, you can actually go in and toggle tac stance.
We just saw the UI pop up on
sweet, there
the
it
screen.
is. There's tac stance right there.
It's gonna appear as down on the D-pad for those who
if
are
any like sweats out there, I think it's important to note this is kind of it takes like an assault rifle and turns it into almost like a little bit of a sub where you can kind of like push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
Great for a CQB.
Esas son la UCI.
So it feels like
en
you're getting the
Akimbo.
best of both worlds with it, while also still obviously you're not going to get the full benefits.
Mira, aquí has visto el parkour, lo han mejorado, ahora va mucho más rápido.
When we talked earlier about derail or some of the larger
con mira inclinado.
like you want to be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to canted, going to tac stance,
¿Por qué cambia?
inside, indoors,
¿Es que se puede cambiar?
is a fabulous mechanic to have.
We just saw it here.
¡Qué guapo que está eso!
Esto
Esto que cambia de estar con la mira inclinada, va con la mira inclinada, vuelve a la normal, luego dispara con la inclinada. Sí, a lo mejor eso puede ser una opción nueva. A lo mejor para cortar distancia, en vez de ir con la mira, para que te pones más nervioso, la pones, es como la VASP. Es como la VASP, había una del suelo con mira inclinada que apuntaban más rápido. Mañana lo probaremos, tío. Mañana estaremos en Vanguard. En Vanguard. En Modern Warfare 3.
And there are option settings for that tac stance. Right now it's on the down D-pad. If you're not a controller masher like I am, I get in there, I panic a little bit. There's options for you to allow you to put it on your stick, which, well, if you're not a keyboard and mouse player. And you can go in and it is much more like, it is a skill at that point, being able to utilize that in those close quarters combat.
Right. Adam, I see you studying gameplay intently. We're on Rust.
Está guapo, está guapo. A mí me está gustando. Yo qué sé. Te han puesto el mapa de nostalgia, ¿has visto? Y los rusos, que a quién no va a encantar este mapa, tío. Han puesto esto en plan de nostalgia, tío. Esto ha sido para traer mente. Esto era el DLC que te iba a salir por 40 pavos, con 16 mapas nuevos, más misiones en la campaña. Y te meten esto. Podrían probar las rachas para ver.
Well, this has been really fun to check out, and we have plenty more to watch, without a doubt.
Oh, pero mira,
we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. Now, you're taking a look here. We should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50 sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter, and make sure you tweet or post hashtag hotbacks and hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb
de la
collection.
plataforma verde. Y están diciendo que no le está gustando tu trabajo.
From this awesome lineup. And let's just go ahead and jump right back to the gameplay. And Greg, you know, we'll toss one over to you here. So
venga, este fin de semana vamos a cambiar el panel al canal y todo. Hacho, la UCI en duales las quiero probar yo, en Akimbo. Tiene que ser un show. La UCI era un arma que era bastante decente, siempre ha sido bastante potente en Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare del 2019 era un arma que siempre me ha llamado a mí la atención.
But with carry forward, all of your investment into Modern Warfare 2 is coming over into Modern Warfare 3. So any weapon that you unlock is available.
Madre mía. Y te invitan a ti, cabrón, que eres más malo. Madre mía, ha fallado.
That you've purchased or that you've unlocked as well. So if you got that spawn operator from Season 6.
The Season 6 Battle Pass is coming with us.
It's there. It's there at day one, and it's fantastic to have. Even all of those blueprints and everything coming in. With your weapon level as well is available. All of your attachments, your camos are there.
If you completed your mastery camos, you got your Orion. That's coming with.
But don't worry, the grind is still there.
No, estos serán que en su casa tienen la mira teledirigida.
It has its own set of
de estas que se le pega al pecho y el tío salta, regira, haga lo que haga. Aciertan la mira siempre, siempre se le va la mira. Y ahora
in a little bit, but exciting to hear that the camo grind is real.
Pero que sí, no está mal. De momento me está gustando lo que estoy viendo, el movimiento muy fluido como el de Modern Warfare.
More to come soon. So ominous.
News at 6.
De momento el Light Gun, a mí nunca me ha... No es una cosa que digas, tío. Ah, mira, furia de combate era. Coño, nunca me acuerdo de la ventaja esa. De la botellica esa que te daba, te activaban las venas. Furia de combate.
We have a bunch of new weapons coming in Modern Warfare 3. We have over 30 new weapons that you can experience, level.
Como este, en su casa lo hubiese reventado 20 veces. Y ahora aquí lo matan. Es que el DS4 es muy malo, tío. Cuando te quita el DS4 o los macros en los mandos, en los teclado y ratón. Y es una pena porque mira que el tío es bueno. A mí nunca no me gusta este tío. Pero mira, las milicas y amarillo. Pero y es bueno, claro, también las 20 horas que se pega, las 10 horas que se pega al día jugando.
It's very important for us to honor our players and be able to, take all of that. But you spent a year in this game. We need to bring that into the next game and allow you to be able to experience it and have fun and not set you back all the way. We still have,
yo, por ejemplo, esas cosas no las tengo en la Play. Yo eso de moverme tan rápido, como se mueven ellos con ordenador, por mucho que lo ponga, en la Play no tiene tanta... La Play 5 no tiene esa... Porque yo tengo la sensibilidad muy baja, ¿no?
Yeah, they're going to have the essence of the Modern Warfare 2 weapons, but they're not going to be one-to-one. You can actually go in, and our friends at Binox have been able to put in detailed weapon stats for us, and you're going to be able to go in and look at all of those intricacies. Check out what their headshot multipliers are. Check out what their limb damage is. All of that stuff in there.
And that brings up attachment tuning. Attachment tuning is coming to Modern Warfare 3.
It is. It's part of Modern Warfare 2. It's part of that carry forward.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Venga, Bochi.
Excellent stuff.
Ten que dedico de camino a casa, tío.
We're all just happy that, you know, what I had already used is gonna come with me.
Nicki Minaj is coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
That was what I needed to know about. You know, not Spawn. Although I do love me some Spawn.
Perfecto, tío. Muchas gracias, Bochi. Un abrazo.
Kim, we are seeing some epic looking skins and weapons on our creators here today. In fact, right now, if you look at the screen, check that out. I believe these are from the
Quiero probar las armas. Esta arma tiene
Can you
buena
give us
pinta.
some additional info?
Ah, pero mira, visto, te
So what you're
venden
seeing right now
la...
are the weapon camos that are going to be in our Vault Edition. There's a blue and a red version. So there's the Crimson Fate is what we're calling one of them, and the Carbon
Si
Fate
quieres
is the
hacemos...
other.
Si puedes a casa, te unes al directo y hacemos opiniones. ¡Oh! Eso está guapo. Hacemos una llamada por disco y te unes a darnos y das tu opinión también.
And as you can see, also the operators have their own versions of this. These are the Nemesis skins. So there is a blue version and a red version there. The blue version goes on Price and Ghost, and the red version goes on Warden.
Tengo que estar pendiente para bajarle el sonido, por si acaso.
Same reactive tech, so you're going to see a little bit of the silver, metallic, shiny looking skin come up on the hands and the torso.
Me está gustando esto. Por ahora está bien.
I've seen a lot of Warden hype.
A mí no me ha gustado esa de metálica, no me ha gustado. La skin esa no, la verdad es que no.
And that skin in particular is awesome. But
one thing about the pendiente porque saldrán muchos vídeos ahora cuando termine el evento.
So that effect actually will scale back if you stop getting kills, guys.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, got to do well.
Gotta keep
You want to see the fun stuff on screen.
Yeah.
We need you to perform. So those will be awesome. People will be popping off having these awesome effects go around the map as well. And of course, those are in the Vault Edition.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of the weapons and diving into it a little bit more, I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys have on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which that, if we could dive a little bit more into that, because that
yo creo hasta que visualmente y todo no es descabellado, que sea un Vanguard 2.0.
Yeah,
and
here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is
armas modernas, pero yo qué sé, tiene su
full conversion kits that allow these weapons to really go
tiene su mira, su toque como el de Vanguard visualmente, quiero decir.
That's a Renetti.
That's a Renetti that is actually turning into an SMG with this conversion kit.
Mira, la UCI en duales tiene que molar, tío. En Akimbo tiene que estar muy guapo. Pero ahora te lo venden, ahora te han vendido. Antes era la culata, era un accesorio como la culata, y ahora te lo están vendiendo como que es un accesorio aparte. Es un accesorio, y ahora te lo venden como, oh no, puedes modificar las cosas, puedes transformarlas. Pero si eso ya lo tienes. Está el Dolphin también todavía, aparte del like antes está el Dolphin.
Yeah, so in beta they unlock a little differently than they do at launch. So at launch they're actually we have a new system.
Uy, esa parece que está haciendo algo raro.
It is pretty much exactly as it sounds. There are challenges, a group of challenges.
Levanta la cabeza un poco, cochinilla, que está en.
I was worried it was like bi-weekly for a moment.
Yeah.
Trick question.
Yeah. Thankfully, it is every week. And then the reward for getting all of those challenges for that week is an aftermarket part. So
que sí, pero la verdad que este mapa ahora mismo se puede decir perfectamente que es de Vanguard, ¿eh? Es que este mapa así visto se puede decir perfectamente que es Vanguard.
Again, it just the through line with Modern Warfare 3, this is player choice, is player freedom. It's on, you know, this new way to customize the experience and let the player kind of choose the way to have that.
No sé, yo llámame raro, pero este mapa se podría estar perfectamente en el multijugador de Vanguard, macho. Quita las furgonetas estas modernas, ponen las viejas y perfectamente en el multijugador de Vanguard.
I've done that many times. So, you know, this is, again, it still just baffles my mind that I'm looking at, you know, these maps in 2023, and I'm just excited to play them. Yeah, and even the movement. I'm just excited to play them as I am now, you know, like that is such a wonderful feeling to have. And then also on top of that too, just the way that, you know, players can interact with the ways you build your classes. I really do like what you guys did with the perk system and how you.
Yo no sé si era de Vanguard, no me suena ahora mismo de Vanguard, pero que perfectamente, tío. Yo te doy la razón ahí, que puede ser. Yo no sé si será de Vanguard o no, pero puede ser perfectamente de Vanguard.
Yeah, I mean, I
Si
think
sale
it really
música
was
que
a
como
big
tengo que
part of the
estar pendiente
context
de la
for the players,
música.
you know, it's not just a UI menu with choices, you know, that were
Yeah.
sort of ambiguous. It was a little bit, we wanted to make sure that you brought in your fighting load carrier, right? Your FLC was what we talked about, you know, internally is this thing
Absolute,
where every
absolute.
piece of gear that you brought in.
Absolute is Vanguard. Vanguard is absolute, absolute.
So perks was a big part of that, you know, and we got a chance to look at the gear items that all inspired by real world military tech and items. And, you know, we were able to really figure out what goes with what and what are the remixes we want to make. And we think we came up with a really good and interesting field of choices in our perks.
No sé.
So I don't know if you guys
Mañana lo estaremos probándolo, gente, acordaros, ¿eh? Solo hay que estar suscrito al canal para poder verlo. Va a ser exclusivo para suscriptores, como esto.
Pretty epic in here.
It's absolutely wild in here, and everyone is very focused on their play. It all of a sudden, oh hey, that's us. Oh hey guys. GG's.
Hello. GG's.
So we've got this big giant room filled with Modern Warfare 3, filled with awesome.
Los zombies yo sí que no le doy fe a los zombies, ¿eh? Los zombies no, porque la ha hecho Treyarch, que ha hecho muy buenos zombies. Pero es que Treyarch no es la misma ya. Son los que han hecho los zombies de Vanguard, que son una puta mierda. Es que no, yo no doy fe a los zombies. No tengo fe con los zombies.
So cool. I didn't even know there was a thing that you
Lo
could
que veo demasiado pequeño es la marca del compañero o la otra. Yo a los zombies no le tengo mucha fe.
Yeah, you guys go big. I respect it.
Cutting edge.
Vaya palizón que la acaban de dar.
We're getting a few of these games wrapped up, but there's definitely.
Yo lo que quiero ver es un nuevo mapa de Warzone, tío. Tengo ganas de ver el mapa de Warzone.
It's so fun to play it. Like every day I come into the office and I boot up the game, get into a match as quickly as possible, and start playing. And
¿Qué arma es esa?
Watch them play as well because there's so many things that they're doing. Like
la MCW, no, MCW.
And that movement just looks so hot.
¿La grau? No.
Ya. Being able to mantle, being able to.
Que no sé qué arma, tío. Le han cambiado el nombre, pero hecho esa mira, tío, es de Vanguard, tío. ¿En serio?
And we're regenning your attack sprint as you're sprinting as well.
I also saw a couple people pop off with Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is back.
Battle Rage is back. It's actually moved into the tactical slot.
Yes.
So it is very powerful. So if you take
los mapas muy grandes. Yo lo que estoy viendo que son los mapas demasiado grandes para ser un 6 contra 6.
Take two tacticals. As maybe we didn't touch on the vest.
Actually, yeah, let's
talk about some of the vests.
Yeah, so the vest is a really big piece of that. Like it is our main core piece of gear. Kim touched on how we contextualized everything. That vest is
es el dron que va directo para los enemigos. Yo tengo ganas de probarlo. Pero mira, son top pros, pero 18, 1-5 baja. Aquí jugadores muy pros, pero no.
But how many gear slots
macho.
you can actually have. So with your
la pistola Renetti. Ah, qué pistola más mítica.
At the cost of your lethal.
Me has visto 5 bajas, 8, una baja. Madre mía, tío. Y no me invitan a mí.
Where all of your intelligence perks lie. So those are things like what we used to call hardline or high alert sit in that slot, and now you can take both of them at the same time and really have that advantage.
Awesome. And if there are 4 vests to choose from at the moment, I believe.
Correct. In beta there are 4, yeah.
So in beta there are 4. Expect to see those tomorrow.
Porque ha desaparecido.
Seen a lot of people running infantry vests today. In fact, right here.
Porque no sé cuánto durará esto. No sé cuánto suele durar.
That is going to allow your attack sprint to regen faster. It is the core. Like if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are.
Mira, el light gun te la apuntando y disparando.
So you have your,
eso mola,
your normal 3 perks, and you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary. And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into
yo no creo que sea un bug eso. Yo creo que lo han hecho así. Tiene uno arriba, tío, y no le
you're getting that attack sprint refresh even faster. And it also a little bit of an extended time there. And one of the things that we've done across the board is we've increased that attack sprint, and we've also allowed you to have much more faster ADS strafe speeds as well in there.
Yeah, I do like how you guys have managed to take a lot of the vests and stuff and then make it also combined with other things or like really have everything kind of synergized together and have you create like the optimal build here. It's quite customizable.
And it's really helped out a lot with how we balance the game in that sense. Because now what we've done is we've let you take more than we normally do. but we've also balanced that out with what you can't take in that same moment.
There are trade-offs, very clear trade-offs. I think
Sí.
what you're talking about, selecting the vest, selecting
Este
the
es
boots,
del marra.
it's going to come at a cost, and that's where the balance lies.
Yeah, and we love that we are going into these matches. You're making decisions. You have to make those decisions before you go in, and really, have consequences if you're choosing wrong, and learn from it and go back and make new decisions.
So I can't change those in match, correct?
Well, you can change them.
I can't change that was a trick.
The consequences. The consequences are,
Go hide
we want you to be in
Yeah, I was
control.
like,
You'll still have to live with the consequences of your actions.
I always
For
do.
that moment.
Pero que no. El boya este el único así.
Let's talk. I haven't seen anybody get one yet. I've seen a couple of streaks pop off, but I'm wondering about kill streaks.
Yeah.
If we have any personal favorites at the desk here.
Well, for sure. I mean, the equipment selection we have in Modern Warfare 3 is so much fun. I think my personal favorite, we'll start with the Breacher drone, which is actually a lethal. It's in your lethal slot.
Como no lleváis la mitad, no llevan trampita. Se sorprenden como diciendo, ¿cómo? En mi casa lo hubiese matado, claro. Se olvidan que en su casa llevan el 90% lleva ayudita.
Yeah.
Equip the breacher
Right.
drone.
El 90% no todo, ¿eh?
It'll explode on impact. The counter to that one, though, it's slow moving enough. You can shoot it down if you see it, the sky coming at you.
There you go.
So in addition to that, we have a mosquito drone, which you shoot into the air, and it basically encircles an area and then dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will, in fact, say that my experience with the mosquito drone has been quite as annoying as a real mosquito.
Como diciendo, que se me está viendo que soy un manco. La cara que está poniendo ahí, que se me está viendo que en verdad soy manco si no tengo ayudita. Mira ahí, que no sé ni de dónde me dispara.
Right. We have something called the ACS, which is affectionately called the capture box on the dev team. So it's basically this box that you throw down on a dump point or hard point, and it'll capture the point for you. So you can hang back and get in cover, and then let it capture the point for you. So when enemies come and try to take it, you can take them out from behind cover. So just yesterday, I had an awesome match where I put down an ACS on a dump point and then shot a mosquito drone in the air that it was patrolling. So I just hung back and watched the whole thing unfold. An enemy rolled in there to try to get my ACS out, and then the mosquito drone got it, and I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, that's right. That's all my equipment doing the work for me.
Crafted the master plan to capture this point.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
And then you went on to drop a nuke and have a big game.
Ahora, claro, luego pondrán trailers y se verán partiditas de... Se verán trailers de los zombies, se verá también, hablarán un poquito de las nuevas mecánicas. Todavía se tiene que ver Warzone, el nuevo mapa de Warzone, que no sé si pondrá trailers de presentación, un trailer, un vídeo. Mira, este es el trailer de multijugador, esa es la imagen donde el tío dispara la granada al C4.
The beam that it shoots out.
It doesn't actually eliminate players.
Vale, gracias. Le están disparando por la espalda, pero el tío se está centrando en el que está arriba, no abajo. Anda, que también.
A lot of the Guardian in Battle Royale later, but it is that aerial denial, not necessarily getting the eliminations, but eliminating players who are affected by the Guardian.
Oye, pero no sé yo, pero las armas son demasiado láser o
that you throw down, and it's basically it creates like the ghost perk in a certain area. So it
no se le ve mucho retroceso a la arma.
Enemy UAVs won't work. Like everybody won't show up on the map in this certain area. But the counter to that is like everyone can see
the active area. Yeah,
exactly.
So you'll get ghost, I believe you said, if you're inside the vicinity of the comp scrambler, but you can see where it's active on the map. So expect to be
as soon as you throw it down, everybody knows where it is. They just you're kidding in that bubble for a little while,
which could be very useful indoors. I think that's a very cool tool to have. So, but before we wrap up the convo here on Core 6v6, I wanted to ask you about ranked play.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Greg, what can you tell us, and can you give us any little details on when we can expect to see ranked multiplayer?
We can. So our friends at Treyarch are on the case again with ranked play. They do a fantastic job with it. We love partnering with them on it. And they're going to bring that experience.
Seguro que a mí se me va ahí el alma.
Modern Warfare 2, bring that forward, and then for season 1.5, which is mid-season 1.
Sometime during season 1.
We will have it out.
En el multi, si no te mata uno, te mata otro.
Where players can get familiar with everything, they can understand what's happening within the game, and start to build those restrictions.
Ahora que podían poner subtítulos en español, generado automáticamente en español, tío. Yo no sé por qué las gilipollas de solo en inglés. En todos los puedes cambiar, tío, y aquí solo te dejan en español. En inglés.
But that wraps up our core 6v6 gameplay for the day. We're going to see the folks behind.
Me estaba tocando.
When they speak of me, they want to lock your doors.
Me van a fallar.
That's cute.
Es un vende skin. Todo el vídeo este es un vende skin. Está más centrado en vender la skin que en presentar el trailer. ¡Oh, la M13! Al menos la culata es de la M13. ¿Has visto? Exclusivo de PlayStation. ¡Oh, mira! Ese es el paquete exclusivo de PlayStation que va a salir en Warfare 3.
Announcing the PlayStation exclusive
pack
lockpick
exclusivo de
operator
PlayStation.
pack, including the fan-goated lockpick operator skin, the American
Por lo que se está rumoreando ha sido, han cogido el mapa de Verdan, lo han borrado completo y le han hecho el nuevo mapa sobre la base de Verdan. Pero claro, de ahí a que sea verdad es otra cosa. Pero que sí han tirado para lo más posible pegado. No es Verdan, pero sí para que se parezca un montón.
On November 10th. I didn't know she was a PlayStation exclusive operator. This is my main in all the playtests. I auto lockpick. It is
el operador exclusivo de PlayStation que han sacado. Podría haber bajado el trailer a verlo subido al canal.
Hello, it's me. But we're about to head into live gameplay action for a brand new mode coming to Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. But first, a couple of words from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by
No tengo portátil,
the
tengo
official peripheral partner
de sobremesa.
Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL. Play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs up to 98 inches.
Ahí vendiéndote cosas.
The official timekeeper of
reloj de Modern Warfare. Ya que estaban no pueden haber puesto digital, macho.
/COD to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone. Level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing
y ahora mismo tengo los dos monitores usados.
Sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Claro, vamos a gastar unos 1000 pavos en un monitor para jugar a un juego lleno de bugs, a un DLC con bugs que va a tener más bugs que
action, so you're gonna have a little bit of a mosh pit there going on.
Un montón de Verdan.
It's fun to say.
It is hard to say.
Y no la han hecho como Verdan, pero sí la han hecho muy parecido a Verdan.
As long as your squad can take out the other two squads.
Más la zona del puerto.
You were actually like it is a very competitive.
Ahí no teníamos agua, en Verdan no había agua, pero ahora sí.
All of our fantastic 16 launch maps. They're there, and you get to play them in a new way.
La zona del puerto luego tiene el
you're spawning at either side of the map.
Joder, ¿cómo se llamaba la zona donde estaban todos los edificios del banquito?
Put these triangular spawns in, so because they're 3 different teams,
ya ves, tío.
3 points. Triangle. You know, math somewhere in there.
Geometry, brother.
Simple maths.
Yeah. And so it allows you to experience these maps in a way that you've never experienced before, which is part of that modernization.
Demasiado.
In the maps, and it's a fun experience to have. Super competitive, and it's one life to live mode.
El Downtown, es que no me acordaba el nombre, tío. Además ahí se ve, en la imagen que subieron ellos, que se ve el puerto y el fondo se ve el Downtown y hay muchísimos edificios. Hay 7, 8 por ahí altos que dices, tú me cago en la puta.
It was gunfight in a lot of ways.
Te me pueden reventar desde aquí con el Franco. Los camperos del Franco van a estar gusto. Esperemos que, que si siguen sin matar de un tiro, pues la verdad es que no hay problema.
Focus on the 16 maps that we had at launch and be able to have a mode that is as exciting, as competitive as gunfight in there, and really bring something new to the table too. So our players can go out and have fun and enjoy a new experience with their squad.
Yeah,
and you can take your loadout this time. So,
yes,
yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Unlike Gunfight, we're not providing the squads with weapons. You can actually bring your blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep, that's right.
And it is sweaty.
It is a sweaty
I am so excited to see these guys play it because they're awesome at the game anyway. We see Dr. Lupo here. He is on Cutthroat, and of course the objective, the capture point at the end, is
already there. Yep.
The overtime mechanic.
Oh, he's down.
But you can't get downed, but you and picked up by your teammates. Now, what happens
Not
when
anymore.
Pero yo creo
so now
que
when you're
demasiado
eliminated,
pocos
you're out.
mapas,
That's it. You gotta
pocos
wait for the
mapas
next
para
round.
el
Yeah,
tiempo.
the rounds are quick.
Yeah.
They go really
Para el
fast.
tiempo que va a durar
Making
la
sure
beta.
That you just weren't sitting there with dead air, essentially watching your teammates have fun. And that
Yo no sé
flag
qué arma
there
será,
is
tío,
now
pero
available, so they can go
eso
and
de
capture that
Franco,
flag, whoever,
no sé
they get
yo.
eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first.
¿Este es el modo nuevo, que son 3 equipos diferentes? ¿O?
Between rounds, though, we rotate where that flag is. Because, again, geometry, that triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little difficult.
Yeah. Gives players an opportunity to move around and actually interact with more in the map, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
Hay un modo que es de
again,
3
you're
contra
experiencing
de
these maps in
3
brand
de
new
3
ways.
equipos.
It is a lot of fun to have in there.
That guy's got really cool hair.
I was going to say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would have
Creo que
refrained.
se valía un cigarrillo.
If anything,
Está ahí, digo, este parece que te valía un cigarro.
the operator odds, Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Y siempre están poniendo a
Back
los
in the
mismos.
Cutthroat again. I'm very
Para que los otros son rellenos que no
interested
matan
in
nada.
these smaller
Lo único que ponen es
game
los que están
modes
matando
because
algo, ¿no?
I think it just creates opportunities for you to have like those real intense interactive moments.
It's
right?
very intimate, and you get to situations
La I no
like
ve,
this where
¿no?
you're trying to figure out.
La mira la I no ve la V4.
You could pop smoke here.
Se ve rara,
and really
¿no?
just understand because there's this tension that's building around like when is this flag gonna pop?
Yeah.
When do I want to go in? When does I want to have my team rush in?
Is that what you do? You
I
would
believe
throw
that's
smoke?
it.
You'd throw smoke right here, Greg?
La OB.
No, there's no reason to throw smoke right here because you gotta wait for the flag to come out.
Oh, there's the breacher drone.
Mira, lanza el dron, como mola, que lanza el dron y va directo al enemigo. Eso sí me ha gustado.
Love this guy's strat.
Lo probaremos.
Yeah, we have the EMD grenade, which would be great in this situation because you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team, they're going to show up constantly on your minimap for your entire team.
So it's to me, the EMD grenade, a little bit like a snapshot, but it actually is going to stick to the enemy player.
It does.
That player will then get a prompt. You might be able to tear it off, I believe.
Yeah, you just pull it right out.
But it'll track you around the map and like have way more visibility on the enemy squad there. EMD, very, very clutch.
Be very overpowered if you hit them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I haven't seen actually was the thermo barrack grenade. Because I actually do like that one because it's kind of like a Molotov, but like on steroids. So it just like does a big boom, and then also has area denial as well.
Yeah, it has area denial and it bounces, so it will not detonate on impact. So you can throw it around corners.
Eso lo hago yo ahora y
Get
muero igual.
that frag effect.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yo que sé, si es un franco es rarísimo. ¿Qué quieres que te diga?
After the fact, so even if you survive the initial blast of that one,
Mira, es que el mismo, tío, mismas animaciones de
Lupo just hit a
reanimación.
clutch headshot. He is now, he picked up his teammate, and we're swapping over to Favela.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I love this map.
I've gotten.
Son mismas animaciones, tío, si es que es lo
Out of these
mismo.
5 we're playing today?
Es que un DLC, si es que un DLC, lo
I just,
siento
you know,
mucho.
I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands amongst us.
Las mismas animaciones.
The favela stands.
But I mean, just looking at it, this is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here.
Oh.
We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay, all right.
I can't give any of them.
No favorite children here. We got
Favela is quite awesome with all of the movement, with everything that's happening.
That's right.
And high rise is also
come
great.
on, Greg. You know,
Mañana
They're
Modern
all
Warfare
unique
3,
in their
chicos.
own way.
Estaremos en
You know what? I'm
directo.
switching
Pasaros
my
por el
vote to
canal,
state.
suscribiros para poder verlo y comentar el juego.
Look at that. You
No
split the
cuesta
vote.
nada,
How could you?
gratis.
How could I? I know.
I think I love Favela because remember that play I was talking about doing with like the capture bot and the mosquito drone
that
that
was
doing
on
with like the
Favela.
capture
There
bot.
it
And
is.
that's why it's got a special place in my heart.
I like the little second floor store that I believe you guys have opened a window up that wasn't necessarily there before, so you can kind of see down the hill.
Yeah, yeah, you know, and I am trash.
Any new windows?
Well, no. I'm sorry, I might have misspoken. I thought it just was more open
Ahora
than
es
it
que,
was
claro, si es que
previously.
como hay tampoco, han puesto tan pocos mapas, si es que no hay mucho que ver.
There's a lot of those things that are in the map, like metrics-wise. Like the metrics have changed.
Puesto eso que en vez de
Like
poner
how
estimulante.
large our doors are.
Yeah.
We actually have the doors in here. I know not everybody's thrilled with that, but it is a fun mechanic to have. It adds a lot, especially within Cutthroat, because now you're peeking those. You're able to use them for your advantage in there. We feel that they
and I bring the window up only because, to your point,
no me podían haber invitado, no tenía que haber rechazado la invitación.
Brought to these maps that make them feel unique and different and modern for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah. Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well.
Campeando toda la puta partida.
Is one that I want to talk about.
Me subo ahí a la escalera, me subo por aquí.
Dive back into it again because it's back in Modern Warfare 3. You got large-scale maps that are going to be coming at launch, and I guess Kim, give us a rundown on Ground War because I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I mean, we're so happy that Ground War is coming back in Modern Warfare 3. Again, this is our big 32v32 mode. It's the biggest battle that we have in the multiplayer experience. And we will be showcasing 3 new Ground War maps at launch, with 2 of them being playable in the open beta.
Okay.
That's the Levin resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta, we have Popov Power and Orlov Military Base.
Orlov Military Base.
Yeah, but these are the 3. Yeah, you got it down.
These are the 3.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So during the open beta, you'll be able to play, I believe, 2 new vehicles for Modern Warfare 3, with more to come at launch and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War Mode is returning. In addition to Ground War, the favorite from Call of Duty World War II will be coming back with Modern Warfare 3.
It is awesome, and it is the attack defend mode. Adam spoke a little bit about it earlier, but you are Task Force 141 trying to take down the Coney group.
Ya no sé ni cómo ponerme,
military base.
Y llevamos poco tiempo todavía de directo. Llevamos una hora y media nada más. Todavía no han presentado lo que quería ver.
Escorting your tank through a downtown area and just having a blast doing it.
Este es el mapa este que sale en misil.
Have a blast with the ICBMs as well.
Good pun. Good ICBM pun there.
Yeah, there was. It was trying to come out and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, I saw what you were doing there. And also, there was a really cool tank on screen that was just causing utter mayhem. So that's what we care about.
Quería hacer un remate, mira. Asegura la baja, el remate ya vendrá.
Very linear combat. You have very clear lines of sight, clear battle lines. That's the gameplay that we're going for.
66, 5v5? What's the...
It is 66.
66, okay. Yeah, nice.
So it is classic
No
war
mata a
mode.
nadie, no.
We all remember what classic war mode is, but it is linear objectives. There's 3 sets of them.
Se sabe si pueden crear
it is a
clases ni nada.
fantastic experience that we're excited for players to get their hands on.
Lots to look forward to.
Ain't that the truth? There's just so many options, which is the thing that really sticks to me. Like, if you don't want to jump in with your friends and just
este está el modo que han puesto nuevo de 3 equipos.
War mode, you could do ground war. Was that it feels like that was the mission of the studio here, to like really give players that ability to just like.
Pero ya está, ya cambié y ves unas partidicas del Battle Royale ya. Yo mostraría los zombies, el Battle Royale para el último, ahora pondría los zombies. Ahora pondría zombies.
All right, well, I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world. And that is going to wrap it up for the MW3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam, Greg, as well as Kim for joining us here. But now we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Maven, who you got?
Thank you. You know, when I thought about being hot and ready, the first thing that came to mind was my guy Legion.
Hey. I'm really proud to be the other ball guy.
Porque la mitad de estos youtubers tienen
que hacer
gilipollas con poses de estos así.
Is how fun this is. And you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out energy drink burps right now. I'm 30, I'm feeling 18. I just smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Guy's incredible, but I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now, Maven.
What have you loved the most so far about just getting in, diving in MW3?
Brother, all the fun stuff is really fun. The shotguns, the new tags, the new lethals, bro. I'm just out here doing anything to just make everybody angry. It's just angry as possible. I'm zooming.
Well, was it a bit of a surprise at first? Like when you got in, like how much fun you were having? Like, does it kind of defy expectations?
Listen, I was 16 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So all these maps that we are playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back, bro, it's just like you picked it right back up again, and I'm bodying. I don't know. It's so fun.
You're a talented and very handsome guy. Now let's talk about the chair. This is the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We were a little bit worried about what this is going to handle, especially if I tried to sit on your lap. But this is the hot seat, dude. You like yourself some pizza?
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight. But I'm feeling really good right now, and I feel like you and I together in this hot seat together, it's just too much hotness. This is too much interaction. If our bald heads connect one more time, the venue lights shut down.
Speaking of that, we got to get out of here. Let's get this over to Shift Legion. Thank you so much, buddy.
Oh, there's just always comedy with two bald guys in the mix. But yeah, I hold Shift here with the one and only Shotzi. Enjoyment level. How are you enjoying the game at this point?
This game's amazing, man. I have nothing but good things to say about this game. I love the movement. Everything about it's got like.
All right, you set me up for like the perfect segue. Have you found ways to finesse the movement system yet? Because I know going into the beta, that's probably your main goal, is to find ways to just completely over-embellish the movement system. How are you feeling so far about how this game moves?
It moves smoothly than any other COD I've played. I feel like it has a mix of like fast and a little bit of a slower slide cancel, but yeah, I love it. It's very, very fast.
Have you broken anything yet?
I'm not broken anything, but I will say that there's like these sneakers that allow you to like slide ADS. And I feel like that's meta right now.
All right, so make sure you check out the stream for that, because that's going to be all the hacks and clues for that. Now, getting into the competitiveness, I mean, last year, lots of conversations about skill gap. Where is it going to be? Do you feel like movement is going to be one of the main focus points for those trying to take their game to the more competitive level? Or where do you think that the competitive skill gap is going to be for this game?
So, yeah, definitely movement. I feel like slide canceling, obviously, is going to be, you know, very OP. And then I feel like the aim assist in this game is actually very not as sticky as other games. I feel like mid and far range is actually not as sticky. So that's definitely interesting.
Fair enough, Shotzi. Thanks so much, my man. Of course, you can check him out on his stream. And well, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on what they just saw in multiplayer before we come back with the team to give us our first look at game footage and details for Modern Warfare Zombies. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next. Brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS3 and latency reducing reflex. Modern gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out.
No me importa tanta publicidad. Estoy haciendo publicidad gratis. El gato, como mi capturadora.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Call of Duty Next. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined here in the fireside chat. I've got one Prag, we've got OBP, nameless, and we have Ali Cat on the corner there. We're going to be, I suppose, reacting is one way to put it now, but like, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to work in my life. I've never been this excited about a COD. Like, Legion hit the nail on the head. I'm 18 again, 34 in skin, but 18 in gunny. Lottie, first impressions, lay it on, Miguel.
Oh gosh, I mean, how cool is this? I think you get that element of nostalgia, the new kind of newness from the game as well. It's refreshing all in one. I mean, for me, I think it's got to be about the fact that you can kind of almost customize what you want to do, what type of player you want to be in game. I mean, it starts with movement, and then you're looking at the perk system, but there's a balance there as well. And I'm just so excited to see what type of player, first of all, I'll be, but especially our two MP experts over here, nameless Ali. I mean, you guys not only talk about multiplayer for a living, but you guys play it day in, day out, so many hours grinding. Nameless, what are you making of it so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I've been playing Call of Duty since way back in the day, 06 back to COD 2, and for me what this feels like is you're getting the classic maps, you're getting the best things that we all fell in love with Call of Duty about, but you're also getting the best of the innovations of recent Call of Duties as well. So it's just been spectacular seeing, we played Hardpoint on Skid Row yesterday. Who could say that in 2023? It's been amazing, Ali.
No, it really has. I think it's interesting that you brought up like the play style, because I feel like in events like this especially, like I was bringing up Warzone players, like their style of play is a little bit different from like what we see on a day-to-day basis, and even just normal content creators, they're going for snipes and stuff, and High Rise obviously a perfect place for that. So I think the fact that the movement feels so smooth and to see everybody, there's something for everyone.
Hola, Perry. Muchas gracias por pasarte, tío. Aquí estamos, escuchando un poco lo que dice. No me estoy enterando de nada.
I think one of the coolest things
Parker, con menos culo también se caga. Pero qué monería de Zagala, por Dios.
in COD when it comes
Eso no se tiene que decir nunca a una mujer, ¿eh?
What vest I'm wearing. I ran the demolition vest. It means I think I lose one of my tacticals, but I gain like 2 lethals, which turns me into a killing machine, quite frankly. The Breacher drone, a lot of fun.
Miles.
Way too much fun, actually.
That thing's insane. The Breacher drone, you just throw it in a hallway, it flies super quick. You can actually shoot out of the air. I didn't know that yesterday. I know you said you tried it, though.
I shot my own drone down, actually. I was pre-aiming something in cover, in perfect chest-side cover. I let the drone fly out, and it follows a direct path. It doesn't have the craziest range. It is fast enough. But I was pre-aiming that spot, and then when the guys with the red dot appeared, I fired away. I shot down my own Breacher drone. But it's just one of many fun new items that we have to play with here. And again, meaningful choices, like from top to bottom. What shoes am I wearing? What kind of gloves am I wearing in this loadout? How do I want to play? Am I stationary? I might have the strafe speed shoes on, get my shoulders working. We heard Shotzi talk about the tack stance and how he's sliding around the map. And this is something we cannot stress this enough, friends. You're going to be schmoving in this game like you may have never moved before in COD.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited. I want to hear what you think as well as the fact that you can turn a pistol basically into an SMG. You don't need a perk. You don't need to have that on. You can literally do that yourself with guns and get it to the way that you want it. I mean, running basically a secondary SMG with an AR. I mean, that's just stunning.
We heard them talk about it too with like the aftermarket weapon attachments as well with the weekly challenges. So there'll be a bunch of different types of variations that you have with your gun. But we saw the Renetti. It's already insane. I saw a tweet from Scump on the timeline, a 10-piece with the Renetti. So when you turn that into an SMG, I mean, it's crazy. The world's your oyster.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ali, I've got to ask you, what are you most excited about? You play so much, but jumping into game, what type of player do you think you see yourself becoming with Modern Warfare 3 now?
I just got to order some new controllers to get used to breaking my thumbsticks all over again. Honestly, that's that's something that is really close to the CDL heart. The competitive style is getting into the slide canceling and the ADSing like Shotzi was touching on. But also, I just want to talk about the fact of like, I was 9 years old when a lot of these maps were a thing, and like, my bad. But yeah, like I was watching my dad play, but like I don't like those are core memories for me, but I never really got to load in. And so like now as a 23-year-old getting to load into these maps and kind of like have the nostalgia of, oh, I kind of recognize this, like I kind of know this map, but like not knowing every nook and cranny just yet. And like, so it's still kind of new to me, but it's also nostalgic at the same time.
And to Ali's point, like, think about running around favela and being able to mantle some of the different we were messing around with that slide yesterday. It goes for a while, and you can aim it virtually instantly and cancel it as well. So there's so many different things that people are going to get into this game and figure out. It's going to play a bit different than obviously back in day with MW2, but a lot better. It feels super smooth.
And that's the most important thing we've been touching upon and people have been asking us about. How does it feel? How does it feel? Oh, it feels really good. It's very, very smooth. To your point, sliding shoes on, I'm hitting tack stance faster than ever, I'm sliding for full ADS. You can hit snipes, guys. Have you ever imagined hitting a fully zoomed in snipe while sliding? MW3 is the game for you. Yeah, we've got a lot of cool stuff. Times all the one-time optics, anything red dot, a lot of the hollows. None of these things really add anything to ADS speed anymore. So the game itself in general has sped up tremendously. We were messing around with tack stance yesterday as well. I mean, sort of the canted approach to take to your weapon. I'm running a big ×8 scope, right? And I can't ADS in, but if I want to hit those more CQB situations, I'm keeping maximum spatial awareness. I've got my situational awareness, my screen's up. I'm able to use a weapon with a big scope in close range, whether it's an LMG, whether it's a sniper. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's still really nice to have choices as a player. We've got so many options here. So much fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key word, right? The buzzword, I think, coming off the back of what we saw on the desk. It's the choices that you can make. And I think balance is such an important thing. I think in any Call of Duty game, balance is key, especially when you're going up against players who do have a choice of what they want to run, especially with perks. But being able to have that potential to take something away, if you do want to risk and reward, you're coming in with potentially like silent footsteps, you're running ghosts, you're making sure that you're the type of player you want to be, but something also is taken away from you. So that balance is so, so important, I think, in all Call of Duty titles.
100%. I mean, footsteps are silent if you want them to be. That is a massive W. I was running around yesterday and I saw red dots on the mini-map. My footsteps were silent. I was sneaking up on people. I was just having a blast. I mean, we're talking about 12 years ago when these maps came out. They look even better now. So I can't wait to get into that beta, which is coming out soon.
Estaba viendo vídeos en Twitch, que estaban hablando de que hay un montón más de imágenes que se han mostrado por aquí, de estas que han filtrado ellos mismos. Y estaba gilipollas viendo Call of Duty de 20 aniversario.
between October
¿Vale, que van a regalar armas? Mira la skin, qué guapa. No nos engañarán como en Modern Warfare, que decían que todas las skins eran para toda el arma, no solo por la parte, y luego resultó que era solo para la parte.
So grab them now and take them into the next title. For more details, head over to the Call of Duty blog. Nameless, your earliest memory of COD, was it like waiting in line at midnight trying to get something? What was it for you, mate?
I mean, yeah, first off, I will say we didn't have cool swag like this in these digital packs. I mean, this is that was before that time, but I mean, just playing split screen was the best like old memories I have with my friends and screen looking, trying to figure out where they were on Call of Duty 2. And now it's 2023 and we got everything, and you can still screen watch. It's right there, they're right next to each other.
Next level.
We might be some players doing that here.
No way. Incredible memories that have been had on Call of Duty. Ali, what is your earliest memory on COD?
Well, I know I talked about playing with my dad, but I think one of the more core memories, which I can't wait to break down the new and exciting stuff in that game mode coming later, has to be with zombies. When I was in middle school, I'd go over to my friend Anastasia's house, and we'd go in our basement, we'd turn off all of the lights, and then we'd load up split-screen zombies on her big TV on the couch, and just all night on her Xbox, just sitting there playing zombies on town survival, you know, going as far as we could, training them around the lava pit in the center. So that's definitely like a core memory for me.
I love to hear that. We're going to be sharing lots more stories on these couches, I am sure, as we get through the rest of the day. But we also wanted to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow. But PlayStation players
mañana del 6 al 7 estaremos nosotros en directo. El 8 al 10 estaremos nosotros en directo. El 11 descansamos y estaremos en Fortnite. Y el 12 al 13 estaremos en Warzone otra vez. Y el 14 al 16 también. Del 14 al 16, no el 14, el 16. El 6 al 7. Así que, y el día 8, que es la beta abierta de PlayStation, sale... ¿Eso qué? ¿Eso qué es? ¿La nueva skin que no sale exclusiva de PlayStation? Ah, sí. Esta es la skin exclusiva que hay en PlayStation Modern Warfare 3. Y que era ya que iban a anunciar algo, guapo.
Every single detail, but Ali, what did you make of it?
She's freaking cool. Like, I know Stephanie talked about how she insta-locks her every single time that she's loading up into a game, and I might have to follow suit. Like, we might have to battle it out for who gets to be the lock-picking game, because she is cool.
El azul este táctico.
With the blue camo as well. Very excited to see all the crazy skins. We've got a tease of some of those skins in game already. The trailers, you name it, it's all happening. But Lockpick available for you, PlayStation players. Hit that pre-order. We've had quite a deep dive on MW3's multiplayer mode so far, and over the past couple of months, I mean,
el arma sí me gusta.
Best way to put it. We've had some teasers.
El arma está guapa, hay que reconocerlo. Lo que está bien, está bien.
What that means to Modern Warfare 3's campaign, all that in store.
O una puta mierda.
But now
el DLC de Warzone 2, de Modern Warfare.
From our friends at Treyarch, here is a look at Modern Warfare.
O hasta hay momentos que se le puede decir Vanguard 2.0. Zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Uy, espérate el sonido, la música, nos la van a follar. Quitamos. No sé si me estáis escuchando. Me van a follar la música. ¡Oh, qué guapo! Espera, ¿qué parte del mapa era ese? ¿Será un mapa aparte? ¿Será un mapa de Modern Warfare? ¿Será Warzone? ¿Que estará abierto para todo lleno de zombies? ¿O serán partes del Modern Warfare solo exclusivo para los zombies? ¡Oh! ¡Bicho gordo! Hay zombies pequeñines. Yo creo que... ¡Oh! Dios, qué guapo el Juggernaut. Perros del infierno. ¡Open! No. Está guapo. Ah, la máquina. ¡Oh! ¡Qué guapo que está eso! ¡Wow! Bichos muy grandes. ¡Oh, qué guapa la moto! La moto del infierno, chicos. Yo. ¡Wow! ¿Cómo ha estado de guapo? Noviembre. 10 de noviembre, chavales. Estaremos en directo con ellos. No con los zombies en directo, sino...
You just got a sneak
nuevo mapa de Warzone y todo. Aunque el nuevo mapa de Warzone, perdona, sale en la temporada 1 de Modern Warfare 3, acordaros. Que no es que digáis, no, yo sale Modern Warfare 3, ya sale el mapa. Urtikistán. No sé yo si será ese mapa.
Fired up to be here. Yes, it looks awesome in here. We just swapped over to a little undead purple in the back.
When I think of the undead, I think of
the ambiance. Yeah, I mean, there's something about purple and zombies that just, it really does something for me. But guys, earlier this week, we held an event at Treyarch. We were able to bring a couple of different groups of creators who are here today at Call of Duty Next into Treyarch. First time you guys have had folks in the studio in a long time. It was super exciting. We want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions we got to see in the room from these guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience bringing in those people. You know, zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery, but we felt like there's so much new here. We really wanted to get a group in there and play it, get hands-on, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You're getting to see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some footage, they got some playtime. You guys answered about some questions.
Yeah, the playtest was absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as you know, having been in the lab, making this for so long, right? And then getting people to see
Yo creo que de zombie no hay.
I remember you guys mentioned that it's not the thing you do often, bringing people into the studio. So that must have been a very, like, almost revealing experience for you guys, right?
It felt very good getting outside people besides us playing it.
Yeah,
like,
so you're like, oh, wait a minute, this game is good.
Hey, this is super fun. You know? So
it's like, we were right.
We did it. Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you know, ripe amongst the crowd of creators that was there, Easter eggs. We know them, we love them, we want them in zombies. What, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I mean,
a little something.
We can't give them all.
Giving any. Well, then what should we expect?
So if you were paying attention to that trailer you just saw for the first time, maybe at the end, if you go back and scrub it, you might see something that you'll see that's kind of big. Now, I don't want to give it all away. There's a lot to discover in this open world zombies.
Oh yeah, and I think that is going to lead perfectly to my question, which is with so much that needs to be unpacked here, I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is, like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this iteration of zombies? The differences potentially from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting it in the modern warfare era.
Un toque clásico. Un copia y pega de... Es un copia y pega, coño.
It's this massive open world co-op experience. So that's something that feels exciting. It feels different. Kind of what led you guys to design, you know, Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you did in this big new way?
Pega de varios, no solo de Modern Warfare.
Have the biggest PvE experience we've
ever had. Mira hasta de
in the past, we had pure
PvE, no PvP.
You're safe here, and there's, you know, we usually have 4 players.
Kind of. You know, it is shooting zombies at the end of the day. Yeah. But then you mentioned like the way that the game's played, the open world, but how do the players like interact with one another in that world? Because and also, like, you know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players total. You can go in solo. You can go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're all on the same team trying to do the same thing. So when you're out in the world, you'll run into other squads or other players. You can make a decision in that moment to like combine and form a super squad.
Oh, so you can form a super team.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Like in-game form a super team.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
And that's 8 squads of 3. You can group up together. You can go lone wolf it. I don't know if I'd recommend that, guys, from what I've seen.
I mean,
experienced players.
If you want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun to grab some friends, form those super squads.
Yeah.
And again, the map is massive. There's zombies everywhere. There's other surprises
We're
everywhere.
going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
I'm getting excited.
So a couple weeks ago, we saw the very first look at Modern Warfare Zombies in the cinematic that we released, which really sets the stage for the narrative of Modern Warfare Zombies.
La narrativa de Modern Warfare Zombies.
And more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't.
Habrá que verlo, vamos, la historia de los zombies la verdad que no me interesa.
What's going on?
What's going on here?
What's
going on? 100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic. And if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22, the year 2021. And that's really important to the story because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but there's a reason for that. Now, the next question which you're hinting to is, why is Zakayev alive? I saw him die, but did you? Did you really?
I saw him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw him fall.
Zombie!
But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not
Zombie
dead.
lang.
Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. And Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased, but then whispers emerged that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion,
sí, será una historia pues, explicando que los zombies son los zombies, que por qué se han creado, que está el área restringida. Le han mostrado algo del evento de Hunting del 17 de octubre.
All of that, by the way, is day one getting in the door like you saw in the cinematic, which is, that's the start of the story. And players are going to experience this story just in really interesting ways.
So it's a flashback, it's canon, we've got worlds colliding with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way. Let's take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission.
Yes.
Oh, Croatia. Esto puede ser el mapa ya de Warzone.
Your objective is a roof-mounted comms tower. Mark a location on TAC map. Once tower is active, use decryption key from Jansen's tablet to establish comms.
Oh, con los chalecos y todo.
Tracking. Enemy birds closing on your position. Clear the deck and push up top. Objective is on the roof.
Okay. Esa es la del UAV. Ahora tendrá otra cosa. Los zombies será otra cosa. Yo creo que van a poner un mapa pequeño, una parte de Modern Warfare.
I still need a minute or two. I'm in the middle of erasing my research from the Terminus database.
No, para subir las armas tiene que haber bastante.
We need her alive.
Pero lo que no entiendo son los bots estos que salen.
Zakayev will unleash this hell everywhere from New York to Joburg if we can't stop him here.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all threats.
Y extracción. No sé. No me
So
llama
what you
mucho la
just saw
atención los
there was
zombies.
just a little snippet
No me llama
of
la
that
atención
story
los
mission intro. And what's
Para subir
really
la
exciting
arma
again about this
puede ser que esté
opportunity
bien.
across the open world is, like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that story to the forefront. These story missions have handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well. And they're going to help you on this story and these missions that take you across the big map. Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a Zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and
kill some zombies.
Yeah.
You can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this, and that's really the exciting thing is kind of pick your poison, that player pacing in that sense.
Modern Warfare 3 is about options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent to me as I'm hearing you guys talk about this like throughout the day. Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know, Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really. It runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, you know, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So Zombies can be pretty intimidating. And we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun and also support our veteran audience. So,
and on a brand new
map. And we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here, for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're going to infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into that center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Sakeo threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him!
Yeah,
I gotta say.
Yeah.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
Yep.
And now we have to pay for it. All right. Well, then let's look at the flip side of that one, though, right? Because we talked about the new players, how we get those folks into the game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone, so to speak. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys. We've got the pack-a-punch, the pat machine. All of these things are spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? Those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well. Using the score streaks.
You're going to see features that you recognize if from experience.
So that's where you really, we've married them together in interesting ways. But
it's awesome.
The most important core feature, of course.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. Yeah. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light.
It's outrageous.
I may or may not have taken a box of those.
Oh, yeah, I've stolen this.
I mean, a crate. I'm not talking about a single box. I'm talking about a single crate.
Oh, wow.
What came off the truck? You know?
Wow. And shout out to Off Limits Cereal for making this with the box bespoke for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies.
de cojones con los zombies, tío, que yo creo que es lo que menos le está interesando a la gente ahora mismo.
I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our zombie players.
Para mí, tío. A mí
and
los
that's the
zombies
wonder
ahora mismo me
weapon.
pelan.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a wonder weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the Scorcher.
Oh my word.
I'm going to let you just look at it for a second.
Look at that first raise.
Yes.
That thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher, again, is built for demolishing the highest density of zombies you've ever seen.
The hordes.
Oh, yes,
We're gonna melt hordes.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire that launches you into the air so that you can use it to engage. If you want to jump into a horde, if you want to get away from the horde of zombies, if you want to jump on a building or over a building, like, it's really...
Wait, so you can, like, rocket jump with it, is that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's once you get into, like, basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal...
There's no limit.
Chef's kiss.
Okay.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's
Wonder
kiss.
weapon.
You're like, I'm
Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
And part of what makes Zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the replayability. Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction.
El trailer de los zombies.
right? So you're trying to get deeper
Pero ni
and
lo
deeper into the
encuentro
map,
ahora
and
mismo.
at first, you're not going to be that successful.
Aquí
You're
está,
going to have to
Peggy
play a lot
18.
over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the next time with hit the ground running.
Vale, ahora sí.
Yeah. And we
Ya la
talked about,
tenemos.
we mentioned
Subimos
it
trailer de
before, we
presentación
saw
de los
Zakayev beat the
zombies.
vial in the cinematic. That has created the
trailer que
incursion
acabo de
zone,
subir,
that super
mientras que
hot
estamos por
area.
aquí,
We saw a
están
little bit of on the
hablando-
attack map. Can you talk to me about how, you know, the storm will play into the map, what that vial did, and what the gameplay, you know, repercussions are going to be for the player there?
Yeah, so this thing is in the map, and it's the source. It's spreading the dark aethers. So it will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the
dang.
map, and that's where you need to get out.
Yeah.
A
lot of zombies.
And it gets really, intense.
So it's a total 1 hour
session
limit. Yeah, 1 hour session. Again, those 24 players.
It goes back to getting in, you know, again, player pacing. You want to stay on the outer edges. Awesome. You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat. But the Ether Storm waits for no one. And it will come, and it will make the zombies harder.
Yeah.
And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going into the storm to cleanse it?
Yeah.
Are we avoiding
Mientras
it?
que te están hablando, tío. Están metiendo un rollazo, tío, con algo.
What are we doing here?
Is really where you get into a lot of fun.
Están metiendo un
really,
rollazo
too,
ahora
when you
mismo
think
con los
about
zombies,
that,
con esto de los
heat map
zombies,
for
tío,
zombies,
increíble,
part of
¿eh?
that is going to be gearing up. You said you're spending, you know, a
Yo
lot of players
mientras
are
aprovecho y
spending a
subo
lot of
vídeo.
time on the outer edges of the map or in the
Como
yellow.
está saliendo
Gearing
tanto
up,
contenido,
getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful
mientras voy a hablarle a mi editor
One of
para
the
que me
most
cree.
exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you. We
Item persistence.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have insurance slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, you know, in the past,
Trailer
you
de
had to do all
presentación.
that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisition. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of those things you
Bueno,
can
esto
find in
mientras
the match.
aprovecho y le
you
digo a
can
mi
start
editor
using
que
them,
me haga
or you can
la
take them
miniatura
out
de
and
los
just start
zombies.
the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch, drink
Porque
4
están
bursts
metiendo un
immediately,
rollazo en
and then
serio,
you
yo lo
can
digo
go
en
like
serio,
all
tío.
the
El
way
rollazo que
to
están
the high
pegando
ground.
con los
Red
zombies es
zone,
increíble.
Juiced up on perks, right? Already got your
Quite a
weapon.
difference,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
But
El
what was
rollo que
the,
están
I guess,
metiendo
like
con los
inspiration?
zombies es
Was it just, hey,
increíble,
let's
tío.
just try something creative, different, fun. Do what Zombies has always done and push the bar.
Yeah, it's just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's part of that. How do you use
Mientras,
new
pues ya le he dicho a
players
mi
and
editor
seasoned
que me suba
players,
el vídeo,
right? It kind of relates to
que me lo
rounds.
cree,
if you're
la
familiar with
miniatura.
that, is like when you get into the higher zones and you have more of that arsenal, that's for those seasoned
They're gonna
players.
feel it.
They're going to feel it and they're going to want that challenge. Well, you know what? There's a big challenge there, so you better be loaded up on a bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the lightning round here. Finally, Miles, I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there lurking in the world. But of all the secrets, again, I'm going to pressure you.
Keep going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
We want people to find it.
We do want them to find it, but we have, again, taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well, look,
you're not getting it out of us.
You know what? Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that, ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be available for players to fight against.
We have a full gambit. It starts with just our zombies. We have more zombies than we've ever seen before in one space. They completely fill up this map. Anywhere you go, there's going to be danger. But then we have all of our other
Termina ya, tío, con los putos zombies. Coño, que nadie le está interesando a los zombies, hostia.
Map, so you have to be careful.
Es que nadie quiere ver los zombies.
That was me this morning.
¿Quién juega a los zombies?
Buffing zombies and life draining the Mangler with his cannon and ranged attacks. So just all sorts of threats. But the Mega Abomination, he's about 3 times bigger than we last saw him.
Yeah, because he needed to be bigger.
Yeah, he's now thrown some crawlers under his stomach.
Oh, fun.
The dingle dangles.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big. So he needs those guys to go inside.
But this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe. I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in these little creatures and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's, do you want to die by the lasers outside or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are humans in zombies as well.
The real enemies all along.
So this enemy PMC group is in the world.
That's another, you know, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion. And they are across the map. So for the first time,
qué rollo que están metiendo y qué sueño que me está dando, tío.
There's gameplay loop tied to them where there's a progression on that side, and you can run into them. You can avoid them if you want. If you just want to chill out and shoot zombies all day, that's great. You want to mix it, that's cool. Or the coolest thing is to take a horde of zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the human
Oh, that's
AI.
cool.
And,
That's
cool. Let's go.
The zombies are third party.
Vamos con otro, tío. No nos interesa los zombies.
100% team zombies, and you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage, so you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys saw it after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100% something that you're going to want to see in Zombies day one. But I have some other news. We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to be
tuned.
Awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin, Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your passion is infectious. Your love for this is truly inspirational, and I'm excited to try it out.
I wish we could stay and talk about it.
Yes. I think we could
draw your self-portrait. Kevin drew some lovely Zombies artwork today.
I think we could talk about this all day.
We'll be debuting later.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so excited to jump into Zombies. Yeah, and thank you guys so much for sharing that love for this. And that, of course, wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies portion of this show here. But next up, it's Warzone with live Warzone gameplay and new map details are going to be coming your way. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen. TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement,
me han puesto que me la han clausurado.
Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone. Level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, welcome back to Call of Duty Next. Zombies! Where do we even start? Oh my God! I mean, it's what? We've got the spiritual successor to Outbreak from Cold War. We've got everything we know and love about zombies, and a big old look at what they called the big map. Did you notice at home when you saw that screen grab? Oh, that's a big map. That's the sort of map I could see 100-something players jumping into and fighting until the very last man or woman standing. Guys, zombies, let's get into it. The ray gun on desk right now obviously is very, very appropriate. It looks sick. It looks fun. I mean, I cannot wait, frankly.
I think the big thing is that it's almost like a gateway for others who have never played zombies before. It's Warzone type of style. You have also ether, waves of ether coming in that make your life a lot harder, as if zombies wasn't hard enough. But just there is something for everybody in this zombies game. It's so fun. I actually, could see a couple of the pro players in the CDL reacting to zombies and being like, hold on a second, are we going to play?
Our good buddy Simp is already tweeting about it, saying zombies look sick. It does look sick, Simp. You're absolutely right. But Ali, I mean, this is like, we're going to pull up as a squad. We're going to have our own whip. All of our skins are involved. We can enjoy the cinematic story moments, and then we can get absolutely into the action and play around with the zombies.
Absolutely, Miles. I know that you're going to be on the outskirts for a hot minute. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Slow.
Yeah, don't worry. Me and Ant will take all of the really difficult hordes as we head towards the center. It kind of gives me, because I played a lot of Outbreak, so I am kind of curious as to, like, they talk about the 3 different levels. Like, how serious are we talking about the jump between those levels? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to jump in.
Well, what I found like really interesting was the way that you can exfil with weapons and bring them back later on, right? Because like we can have strategies like you can get all the perks, I'll get a crazy weapon, Ali gets another crazy weapon, and then we come back in and instantly go to the hot zone. So zombies looks amazing.
Estamos solucionando mientras también, ya aprovecho todo porque están metiendo el rollazo tío increíble. Lo siento mucho, pero están metiendo un rollo
That's what I get most excited about. I just want to see that whole horde come towards
de cojones, en serio. Hola Raymond, no me había dado cuenta, tío. Está poniendo esto más aburrido, tío. Están hablando de los zombies aquí, ya llevan ya un rato hablando de los zombies.
Certainly are tons of elements to be excited for, and we're also so excited to announce the Soul Harvester Tracer weapon blueprint for the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. This gun is stunning. It will be available starting October 17th in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone to anyone who pre-orders the Vault Edition, and comes to Modern Warfare 3 on launch day, November 10th. Folks, make sure that's in your calendars. You're going to want to run this blueprint, I promise you, when the Haunting launches, because in addition to the tracers and custom death effects, it will help you collect Stay tuned. And you can turn those souls in for rewards as well.
Yo no me gasto 100 pavos en esta, más de 100 pavos en esta mierda de juego para esto, tío, para recibir esta arma, que está guapa, guapísima.
You mean to tell me there is an actual weapon that can fetch me their souls? I just wanted to get it out on broadcast. Sorry, guys. Plenty, though, still coming up later today. COD Next doesn't finish just yet.
He pedido a ver si me hacen la miniatura y en tal que esté, la subo.
Immediately following Next, we will be Code Bowl 4, presented by USAA. Join the top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy, which has actually been in space, funny enough. 100% of the net proceeds from today's tournament will go toward placing more veterans into high-quality jobs. Now, we have a lot of Call of Duty fans. We've actually got a short message from someone who wants to say a very, very quick hello to all of you.
Espérate, música.
3 y pura doble P. Se viene algo chingón.
Basta ese tío. Madre mía, pero se ha perdido. Si lo único que ha tenido ese tío ha sido una canción que ya no la puede ni cantar. La canción que le ha hecho famoso la tiene prohibida hasta que la cante.
Welcome to the TCL Power Hour. During this next hour, we will have our streamers try to complete.
Y bueno, en mexicanos cuando está ahí, lo primero que ha dicho el presidente que va a echar, ¿no?
Now there are 9 challenges
de Latinoamérica.
9 opportunities for you, the viewer, to have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. Now, look at these. Okay, we need to talk quickly about how these potentially might go down. Did you catch a glimpse of any of those challenges? What do you think?
Yeah. I instantly saw the one where you have to get, I think, like a double elimination with a drivable train.
¿Hay ganas ya de Modern Warfare o qué?
One more time so the people out there.
You have to get a double elimination with a drivable.
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a train you could drive, guys. More on that later. But we did
ganas de ver ya Modern Warfare el mapa nuevo, ¿qué coño? Porque estos están hablando con los putos zombies. Llevan ya aquí 4 horas con los zombies, tío. Es aburridísimo.
Yes, and during this next hour,
se cree que son graciosos, pero macho, lo único que es graciosa es
hashtag CODNEXT and
la doble culo.
COD sweepstakes. Each challenge completed
by
our streamers during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners, folks. We'll be keeping you guys updated on completed challenges as we see them come in, but we also do ask that you help us out as well. So take a screenshot of a challenge being completed and tweet them to hashtag CODNEXT and hashtag TCLXCOD.
Very, very excited. But with that, our time has come.
Venga, coño.
A very quick word from our sponsors, and then it's back over to Golden Boy and Stephanie at the desk with a very, very special guest, Raven. And then it's time for Warzone.
Mañana estaremos.
Call of Duty Next.
en Warzone, en Modern Warfare 3.
Partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Call of Duty Next, que está haciendo un rollazo ahora mismo.
Welcome back, everyone, to Call of Duty Next, and it's now time to talk about something I know all of you people at home are excited to talk about. It's Warzone, and what we should all expect in the next chapter as we go into Modern Warfare 3. At the desk, we're now joined by Ted Timmons. He's the Senior Creative Director at Raven Software. Ted, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend.
This is something else. I can't wait to show you what Raven's doing.
250 players, you know, it's kind of big.
It's something, yeah.
just a couple close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we
dropping by.
A couple homies.
Playing some games.
Have a cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly. A cup of tea.
You know, do our thing.
I could actually go for a good cuppa now that I actually think about it.
We're in the right place. We'll offline.
Yeah, we definitely are. But yeah, we're really excited to have you and talk all things Warzone because I know everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They are, and we teased
it. Es súper aburrido, tío, esto. No se pone esto, no se animan, tío. Están metiendo un puto rollo con los zombies, tío, que ya a nadie le importa. Queremos tocar ya el mapa nuevo.
Welcome to Urzikstan.
Ooh, okay.
Where the Middle East.
Take a look. Here's Urzikstan.
This is it. We've been waiting. We've been sort of hinting all day long, right?
Hinting all day long, a little bit for the last week. It's, of course, got 11 unique POIs here.
POIs, all seamlessly integrated. Brand new map, full of wonderful nostalgia that we'll dive into as well when we play.
And you mentioned this is where the Middle East meets Europe a little bit, Eastern Europe a little bit.
Yes.
And Urzikstan will, of course, be familiar to many
Yes.
Modern Warfare players as a central location from the campaign, of course.
Taracap City. Bien, empezamos ya a lo bueno.
My personal favorite point of interest.
Estamos ya viendo el mapa nuevo, chicos. Vamos, si no tenés online.
That's got an ascender. If you look carefully, you might see a zip line or two, which we'll talk about.
Oh,
yeah,
zip line, you say.
I saw that, and that definitely caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be in more
de la hora.
I kind of like the
industrial.
Yeah, this is on the
Estas serán las ubicaciones, ¿no?
You know, again, when we think about something like Warzone, you need those industrial districts. We got.
Y todavía tienen que anunciar el Modern Warfare
Mobile. They'll be popping off here.
Mobile.
I'm sure later today. Yeah,
that's going to be a thing.
That's
wonderful point of interest. This is Shahin Manor.
Shahin Manor, ¿cómo se llama? ¿Es Uzbekistán o Uzbekistán?
Combat.
No me sé
we want our players to experience.
Awesome interiors here. I've had some really fun close quarter engagements here.
Supuestamente iba a ser la alma, pero las armas creo que vienen en 2024, perdón.
This is sort of in the centralized area of the map.
Te parece el de Almarra, tío, la cúpula esta ahí de Almarra, pero más desierta.
Ruined architecture, sort of a bit of those touches across the
Vamos a ver, no sé, ahora mismo no sé.
All of military base. I'm hearing this is your favorite POI.
Las parabólicas estas de retransmisión.
I love military base. Way back in Verdansk, you can find me at
que se estará cerrado y más adelante pues abrirán los búnkers. Uzbekistán, eso, Código, coño, no me salía el nombre. Uzbekistán, el mapa de Uzbekistán, chavales. Y las armas vendrán en el 2024.
There's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was one of our focus points, and I love this shot of the map. But it was genuinely one of our focus points was to say, how can we make a more dense map where it feels like, in terms of like rotation opportunities, the regain, that there's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So glad that's coming across.
And we touch on. I think what's really interesting is you and I have talked. Warzone has been here for a number of years now. We've had a lot of opportunities to take those experiences, and it feels like you guys have really worked to apply those experiences to this map.
Yes. It's one of those things where when we start to talk about the game, we always reflect on, the many, many years of Warzone what our players have loved. So I think when players play, and you'll see this very shortly, there's little bits of every map that we've had to date. But at the same time, it has like a freshness to it. Like when we think about new maps, it has to have a newness at the very same time. So They're dropping in. This is it.
They're dropping in.
Sí,
This is
tiene
the
buena
very
pinta, se ve
first
bien.
time
Hay
you were
que probarlo.
seeing live
Mira, 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 ya están
play
jugando en él,
Robert
ya están jugando en él.
versus
Who better than Dr.
Ah, no, este, sí, el mapa, el
Because
mapa.
he's- You know he's gonna pop a few
Ya
heads
están en el
from across
mapa.
the map too. So I mean, he's even trying to do it a shot.
I mean, they're warming up, but I've seen him crush with.
Bueno, sí, lo mismo,
with
todo
Shotty
igual
Say
que
and MP,
Modern
so I
Warfare
have faith.
2. No ha cogido el ataque, tiene un ataque
This
ahí
is actually
y no lo
quite
coge.
exciting to check out here, especially that, you know, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here. So I think Lupo does
Madre
manage
mía.
to get the
No
better.
sé cómo lo ha batido, ha tenido más suerte que otra cosa.
It feels so fluid. And I think one of the points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement front as well.
Venga, ya estamos en el, con el humo.
Yeah, and
Venga, ya estamos viendo el mapa. Este es el mapa nuevo, tío. El de Uzbekistán.
Warfare 3, Raven worked really closely with
Uzbekistán,
Sledgehammer
o yo qué
to
sé.
make sure all of those games
Una beta, un
covered in multiplayer
Modern
earlier
Warfare 2,
today
tío.
are
Si es que esto es un mapa de
aligned
Modern
with Battle
Warfare.
Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, as you mentioned,
Que como es un DLC, Modern Warfare 3 un DLC que cambian los colores, han cambiado un par de cosas y ya tomamos por culo. Pero lo siento mucho, tío, un DLC. Un DLC de Modern Warfare. Mira, solo cambian la... Han cambiado un par de cosas y ya tomamos por culo. Salen miras de Vanguard, tío. Miras de Vanguard. Lamentable.
Would the word be parity? I guess I'm thinking of just basically seeing how
Continuity.
Continuity is a better is a
like-
way
it's
better
the
word.
It's experience with synergy across all of the modes. you know?
Yeah, synergy. I love it.
I love that.
I love that we managed.
El que ha soltado es como el paquete este de ventaja que la pone en el suelo y cuando pasa el enemigo te tira. Ahora en vez de ser la mina en el suelo es una mina de pie. Entonces cuando pasa te tira más largo. En vez de para arriba lo tira para el frente. El sonido.
Try it out, right? The water's warm.
Yeah, move around. We saw zombies. We saw, now with Warzone, we really.
Ahora la mira esta, el franco este no paran de ponerlo.
This is one of my favorite weapons that I can pick up in the map right now. I love the scope on it. I hope Dr. Lupo
Pero es una caca.
I mean, I expect a lot of people to use this today. Oh, they're up in the crane.
they're in the crane.
Let's go.
Problemas técnicos
The
de
crane
eso.
has a vertical ascender for you to get all the way up
La
there.
muchachita está
It's
teniendo
such a
problemas
good
técnicos.
redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to redeploy. You can go up to the crane and jump off and go to wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped a Guardian.
Así se ve más parte del mapa.
Guardian, we talked a little about in
No, a ver,
FP.
Gulag.
I said I'd get.
Vamos a ver,
I said I'd
Gulag.
talk about it more in Battle
Tendrá
Royale
Gulag,
because
¿no?
I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today. This
Sí.
is a new kill streak.
Oh.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how it's going to play out in
Yeah,
VR?
it's a. I mean, I don't want to critique that gameplay there,
Yeah.
but maybe, just maybe,
Claro,
if
la
we
han
put it down,
clavado como el
that could have been the area of
como
the
el
map that
primero.
we actually needed to win that encounter.
Como el que
So it's
teníamos
very
en
much
verdad,
about
más o menos
if you're being pushed,
el
if
murico
you
de
wanna defend
enfrente
an
que
area,
salía,
get that Guardian down, to
las dos
keep
duchas con la puertecita en
So
medio,
again,
con la
it's
cara,
not
pues,
eliminating
han
any
puesto madera y
players,
todo.
but it's that stun effect that it's having on
Porque
players.
esto es más pequeño, antes teníamos el hueco aquí y las dos paredes más grandes.
Fully kitted out gun as well?
So this one's not. This is actually,
Mira, eso de poder cambiar la mira mola.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
But what's interesting about the Gulag
De
is
poder
we've gone
mirar
back
y
to
de
this
repente
three-lane,
inclinar la mira.
experience that we've
So
had.
this is the brand new Gulag, simplified.
Eso de estás mirando y de repente gira y luego vuelve otra vez.
Treat
Eso mola, eso
in
me
the
gustó.
middle there that we didn't see. We might see it later. Can you tell us what we can expect?
So with this
Gulag
group
today?
of players, they
Joder,
are
baja, lleva
so
ya
good at this game. So we'll have to see if the Gulag
I
lasts
know.
that length of time. But for anyone at home, in previous war zones, we've had
Y va
a
por la
capture point,
quinta.
which was the overtime mechanic. But this time around, it's an ascender, and a rope drops down from above, and you can ascend and get out.
So it's kind of like, I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so it's kind of like escaping Hell in a Cell or something like that, right?
That may have been some of the inspiration.
Okay, I'm all about that, baby.
Habrá que ver
That makes me
el
very,
mapa bien a
very,
fondo.
very
Así ahora
happy.
mismo la verdad es que no
But
se
as we
aprecia
continue to see
mucho.
these players just like running around, we're actually, they're being
Han puesto
hunted
imágenes
by
así sueltas
currently,
del
so we
mapa
got
al
a bounty
empezar.
up right
En
now.
el like
So what I
cancel ya
love
van
about
todos
the
con
bounty
el
that
like
we
cancel.
completed is
La
when
gente
they
está nada más
complete
que
the
pidiendo
bounty,
el
just
like
they
cancel
complete
y,
the
y era más fácil
They'll
bater a alguien
actually
con
get
el like cancel
one
porque es el mismo
UAV
movimiento.
which
Una
is
vez que
a
te
new mechanic
acostumbras
that we've added for the bounty
a la
this time
mecánica,
around.
es
So this was a
pilla.
bounty
Más rato me levanto,
brought
más rato me
back
levanto.
from-
Una vez que le
from
pillaba
Warzone
esto, lo
originally.
I didn't
reventaba.
see if it was the big game
No sé
bounty.
por
Oh,
qué
see,
es
I
más
was talking
difícil
about
con
Big
el
Game Bounty. I
Dolphin.
That's a
assumed
good
this
segue.
was
Peor.
Big Game Bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit about that contract, which is
new.
Yeah, the Big Game Bounty was a fan favorite going back to the 3rd year of Warzone. And it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skill player, I don't know why they love it, because it effectively marks the highest killed player in the game. But it's great for content. It's got a great reward with the advanced UAV. So yeah, really happy.
We want to be recognized for our hard work. In game,
100%.
You know?
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool. Like, I love the contract. I'm
Same
safe.
here. I'm good.
Safe. Yeah.
I'm vibing, baby.
It marks the player with the most kills.
Match, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you complete it, you get that advanced UAV.
Advanced UAV, which
yeah,
is super powerful,
which is
great
awesome.
for the end game. Yeah.
Actually, now, as the game continues to play out here, and our competitors kind of get the lay of the land, I find it to be really refreshing for these players that, you know, they were just toiling around in Modern Warfare 2 maps, old Modern Warfare 2 maps, but now they're going into something fresh and new. Is that like an objective for you guys with this map, to make it feel just fresh, to make it feel like you're jumping into this with a new
y
pair of
este directo ya terminaremos cuando se acabe, ya terminamos, no hay directo.
Sure. They're so intrinsically linked. So hopefully a little bit later on we'll see some of the gameplay.
Si es que es lo mismo, tío, solo que han cambiado los colores y un poco el diseñito y ya está, tío, es lo mismo.
That's the newness, you know, it's the new map plus the new gameplay, and those things combined will yield today's experience that everyone's playing.
Yeah, and also feels like a lot of quality of life features, right? And also some great gameplay features that have been introduced into this that I'm also looking forward to, because traversal, the big thing in BRs, you got to be able to rotate effectively. If not, you're gonna get wiped out. To the
mochila.
Right
del gulag, la del gulag.
Are they going to use
zip
it?
line off in the distance. We're going to get a better look at them here.
Better.
This is the crane we were talking about earlier. So that's the vertical.
So you can go up.
Yep.
Okay.
But for the first time, in
You can
addition to going up.
Redeploy drones.
Oh, that's cool.
Launches. We're bringing
el mapa. Que la agüita, las minas.
Nice.
Ah, mira, han puesto tirolinas también. Han puesto tirolinas.
We were so happy to bring these into the map. It really fits the POIs and the layout of the land.
Yeah.
But also, you know, this group here, they're going to use them to push another team.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas for a lot of our players, they might use it to move away or evade a team. So it's got, you know, dual purpose. I'm sure we'll have encounters where they meet each other.
On the zip line.
Players on the zip line.
They go past.
They go past each other. Okay,
but you can use your AR. So.
But I mean, like, you should shoot.
Yeah. You could duel like an old British horse.
You can do like 10 paces, turn around, zip, and then just go and try and see if you can take each other out. No, that is really cool.
Especially over water, we saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them across the water. I think in terms of getting across this map, can you tell us anything about this map in terms of size, sort of what to expect for folks at home who aren't going to maybe get a sense of it from everybody today?
What we did was, obviously, we always look at like the latest maps. So we look at, you know, Caldera and Al-Mazrah. So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
Slightly
Al-Mazrah,
smaller than Al-Mazrah.
but it's more dense. So it should feel like, in terms of land space and mass, it should still feel very familiar.
And so when you say dense, we mean to less open spaces
more
between
packed. Yeah.
Points of interest, of course.
And I'm even seeing it here. Like, there are some wide open spots where snipers can have a great time, but there's so much like urban, dense environments.
Yeah.
Has there been some like really cool play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, you know, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, they're kind of like the rattier places. But, you know, again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve that. It's it has the train line that runs straight through it.
Okay.
So
nada, este mapa es una mezcla entre Verdan, Almarra, es un híbrido entre Verdan y Almarra.
And potentially pushes the team through the POI.
In Old Town and Low Town, of course, are on that central landmass. And here's the train.
Una mezcla entre Almarra y
Yeah.
Verdan. ¿Has visto el mapa?
Ted, tell us about this.
Están poniendo novedad, como que puedes caer en los coches.
They saw the handbrake.
Lo puedes parar ahora.
There's a handbrake on the caboose, so if anyone at home doesn't know, the rear carriage is.
Creo que será una V portátil. Bueno, sí, la tienda han puesto más lucecitas.
On the train.
And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop.
Ah, que puedes moverlo ahora, le puedes dar más caña y todo. Anda ya. Eso sí está guapo, mira, novedad.
You know, you're the conductor, but if a team jumps on the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
That's cool. Okay, I didn't know that.
Get in a war switching on and off.
No, the handbrake controls it.
Controls all of it. So that's the master.
So there's almost like a decision you have to make. Like, well, do I want to put a body over there, have someone defend the handbrake?
Mañana lo estaremos jugando, chicos. Mañana estaremos jugando la beta de Modern Warfare. Mañana estaremos jugando la beta de Modern Warfare, tío. ¿Vale? Así que suscribiros, dale like, compartid, chicos. Y estar por ahí, suscribiros y habláis y preguntad todo lo que queráis. Que estaremos jugando la beta a las 7 de la tarde hora española. En tag que salga, estaremos jugando la beta de Modern Warfare, chicos. Le vamos a reventar la lobby. Vamos a jugar a todo. Y el día 8 sale el mapa de Rush, chicos.
Kind of parachute from building to building. They're on the move. I think they're getting to a buy station up here. Maybe pick up some gear.
Y los AV que están ahora también están.
Just above Zaravan City, sort of in the old town, lower old town area. Again, I love the style and the theme. Like this has that kind of Al Mazrah like feel to it.
Yes, and of course, fictionally, in the Great Modern Warfare universe, Urzikstan shares a border with Al Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore you are.
I am a lore head.
Yeah, I'm a lore head too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lore head here.
When I watch these guys behind us, our awesome creators and community making the story, you know, making their content about the storyline and the narrative. I love it. I'm so excited. And Ted, you always say, you know, they're the storytellers and you know, you guys are providing them those materials to create.
En mi Twitter.
I refer to it as the canvas for them to paint on. You know, it sounds corny, but those are the kind of things that we think about when we think about the types of map and gameplay we want to create. And if you look carefully, I've seen it happen a couple of times already. We have unsuppressed red dots that now show up on the minimap.
Okay.
Yes, the classic minimap behavior will behave the same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer as it will in Warzone. So that unsuppressed fire, visible.
How has that added to the game?
When you think of something like a big map BR, Battle Royale, it's really important that you know where engagements are happening.
Yes.
For a lot of players, it could be they want to avoid that area, or for other players, they want to move. Did we get...
Personal favorite, I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
We love the money.
Well, let's see how this works out.
Let's see if the Ascender comes down. Let's see if they push. Well, they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even going to have an opportunity
5
for
seconds.
it. Now,
No.
Whoa!
That was good.
O sea que...
So
very clutch. She's like, yeah.
Now that we see the gulag, and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there. What are some things that we should be expecting for the gulag? Because that was different.
That was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got some video.
Here we go.
This is the OG gulag. This is what we're going to be playing most of the time in the 3 lanes. But Ted, for the first time, there might be some other gulags.
Yes. So maybe right on cue, we'll see the night vision gulag. Look at that,
No way.
So this is something that can happen from time to time. It's a chance of it happening. And we have several of these, and I almost don't want to spoil too much. You talked about the cash one.
Yeah, we want to wait to see.
But like, and here's the Ascender that we've already mentioned. That if you can get on it and you can get out, you can be shot on the way up. You can be shot from below. Like,
but you can also get off of it and make a play as well.
Yeah, make a play.
That's cool. Okay.
We've seen some really interesting play tests. Of I remember one of our designers shared a clip where the other player had jumped on the Ascender. They also got on underneath, shot them on the way up, eliminated them, and then made it themselves.
It's like a little Matrix moment there, you know? You're shooting
and again, it goes back to the storytellers.
Estamos haciendo tantas cosas a la vez, gente.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty moments, right?
And we'll wait to see, you know, if we get some of those other gulags that we're talking about. But it's ultimately you bringing the, you know, implementation of the public event into the gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. It may not be like that at launch because we're still obviously in the Warzone alpha build, but we've got some exciting stuff planned.
Gotcha.
And our streamers are
dialed in.
You know, there was a tone shift when we went into Warzone in the venue.
Peggy 18.
Tension where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity to pop off in front of the world, in front of their creators. And it is great that these creators, you know, the passion and the time that they put into Warzone, you know, has to feel rewarding for you having being part of a team that has built this system.
Yeah, I mean, at Raven, you know, we have to cater to so many different player types. When you've got millions and millions and millions of people playing your game, you've got these creators who play 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally, we know that we have people who jump on Sunday with their buddies.
Está saliendo tanto contenido ahora, tío, no me da tiempo a hacerlo todo. Estoy haciéndolo todo ahora mismo, todo contenido, estoy creando contenido.
But equally, we've made changes, for example.
Oh, it's happening.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hit the brake, hit the brake.
Here we go.
Oh. Okay, now I hope she turns around the front. Oh, she's getting pushed behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm not sure that was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, not worth it. Oh man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean, she was seconds away from pulling the brake there, and that would have just caused complete chaos for the map.
And pretty soon here, we're going to have probably a winner of our first match. So hopefully we got the news.
I mean, they've come here to win. Right?
Yeah, we're jumping around between streams today, and hope you guys are obviously checking out your favorite creators.
Está saliendo un montón de contenido, chicos, ahora mismo, ¿vale?
Next.
En Twitter, en las páginas.
Really cool
entonces, como estamos en directo aquí, yo no tengo a nadie que me lo haga. Entonces lo estoy haciendo yo ahora mismo todo.
Because I know, like, you guys are doing some creative things with like the contracts and different things like that to really get people in the game to move around, interact a bit more, cause some more chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, you know, we started talking about some of our quality of life improvements.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest cheers we got from this group was that we bought pistols underwater. So if you're swimming underwater, you will always have a pistol.
Nice.
And I did not expect that to be the biggest cheer, but it shows the love that this group and I think our wider community, it's reflective of them too, have for like those small detail touches that just improve the gameplay loop as a whole.
Yeah, quality of life's definitely been top of mind. Building this map out, it's as you said, it's something that Raven thinks about. You know, building Warzone from the ground up, and a lot of those quality of life changes that we've even made in the live game in the last year. Expect them
carrying them forward. So everything that you've played and seen, like we've made over 100 quality of life improvements to the Warzone of this year. Everything carries into the Warzone of the year ahead of us. So
yeah. And also, you guys also were some of the movement as well, right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
Like
so
across
the board.
Estamos creando mucho contenido.
And again, working with Sledgehammer, we've taken that opportunity.
No doy tiempo para.
Because I said earlier that Warzone shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all of those things. But you put your own, touch on specific things tuned a little bit more specifically for BR. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about, how some of those perks might work a little bit differently in Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah. So on the Warzone side, we felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because again, it's a big map. We have different player styles, different motivations. So
different experience too.
My personal favorite is Combat Scout.
Okay.
Now, I'm adding that because I like it.
Okay.
That is very much a perk.
I also like it. I am not going to go on the internet for several hours after this.
That's the beauty of perks. Like the perk there should be variety. There should not be an optimized.
Estás haciendo tantas cosas a la vez, macho. Bueno, nada, lo dejaremos y luego en serio a subir contenido. Así que entre hoy y mañana en el canal tendréis todo, ¿vale? Vamos a seguir viendo mientras el mapa de esto. ¿Te parece ahora mismo? Ya te digo, yo creo que es una mezcla entre Almarra y...
Which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster.
Entre Almarra y...
Oh, that's cool. So good opportunities for, especially for like field, like a wide open field traversal. Get shot, get a speed boost, get down. Potentially a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's really
the kind of variety that we're looking for.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely run with the smoke bomb one because I know that is going to be me.
I'll run the evasion burp.
You'll run the evasion one.
Drop some duos.
It'll be
There's going to be some interesting mixes.
Yeah. That's really cool, and it's almost like giving the character, giving the players, like as it's been said time and time again, right? That freedom of choice to be able to get really clever with like how you want to approach that.
Feels like play style.
Tune that play style.
Feels like player agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah, and we're back into Gulag again.
I see some tactical crouching.
Okay.
Preparing for battle.
Will we see the long-rumored Ascender the mythical. It's going to be a myth by the end. No one's going to believe us that it is actually an ascent.
Got a Molotov out.
Players are
but she's picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting to see.
Here we go. 1 second. The ropes come down. Grab it. Oh, she baited them. Oh, well played. Well played. The smile. Yeah, she baited them really good there.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too, just gone straight to the rope.
It was like, oh, honey. I'm going to grab some honey.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's got both of her. She's got one teammate down. She can go grab them if they don't get it out of the.
I think she's trying to get out of the gulag. Oh, someone just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's the fight going.
Here we see maybe somebody.
Yep, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the mini map as well. Oh, the other teammate's down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think. Does she have any help here?
Está guapo el mapa. Me está gustando, ¿vale? A mí sí me está gustando.
Si juntásemos las 5.200 habitaciones de todo.
Big dive to get out of there.
Can she make a run to that buy station?
Nikari doing the hard carry here. Butters is back. She's just redeployed.
Yeah.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Very well played. That dive, I've been loving that we have the options of diving and sliding, you know?
Yes.
You can do some really funny things with the dive.
I love it. There's just ground loot. And in fact, maybe we can actually quickly talk about ground loot.
Yeah.
We've brought back weapon rarity.
Okay.
Yes, we will see colored loot.
You just saw it right there. Like she picked up the blue AR. It's one of those things that when you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like what's that weapon, what's this item, etc. So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know, it's got that pink/magenta tooltip, that card that you can see.
I think they ended up losing both of their teammates there. Hate to see it, but.
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay the same here? Like I see buy stations, redeployable buy stations. Are they coming back?
Yes, they'll be there day one. We really see this as a continuation.
Eso debe ser un canal pequeñito que lo tiene que hacer todo él.
Got it.
Y menos más que tengo a mi editor que me ayuda. Hola, guapetona.
People in this room care about. That we worked super hard on in current Warzone and we think is awesome. Is the good old Champions Quest.
Oh, the Champions Quest.
We've had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced it, and it's been really fun.
Tío, no me hables por el chat.
We want to open that up a little bit. What can you maybe breadcrumb us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions Quest in the future?
So Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal. Oh, she's on the horizontal zip line. But I'll try and stay focused. There's so much going on. I saw the train. I was like, oh my god, the train. I want to buy a train again. But no, Champions Quest. It's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that ability to nuke the map, the challenge of doing it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for next year's Champions Quest is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing the Champions Quest. You can only steal it once.
Okay.
So if you see, it's not going to change.
If you see a team is doing it, push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
My goodness, I cannot wait.
All right.
And it gives people more options to get on something like Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it. Ted and I are going to squad up. We're going to get our first time CQ win.
Or potentially lose it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there.
Hola, Dolores. Hola, Nico. ¿Qué pasa, tío? ¿Cómo estás, bro?
Check in on our TCL
El evento, pues mira, hemos tenido un rollazo con los zombies, casi un rollazo total con los zombies. Que va a jugar su puta madre a los zombies, a lo mejor para subir armas puede ser que sí. Y un enorme a todos los valencianos, chicos. Un saludo enorme a todos los valencianos y valencianas. Muchas gracias por pasarte luz. Eres muy grande, cariño.
A winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. We got
the contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
That was that.
Yeah, the pistol.
For some reason in my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
That would be legendary.
If that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights. So I'll be busy later.
That would be the first ever. It would actually be kind of cool. But there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well well as Alley Cat for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Choo-choo! No te cabres, me ha salido sin querer.
Train, that's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with a few guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop the train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience. Like, we're going to be able to finish on train. We're going to be able to rotate using the train. Francis Borgia's going to be out there well excited with the camera on his face because of the train. It's a big day for COD.
All right, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles. The freest. But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual, like, train. Like, you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card.
Está saliendo tantas cosas que no me da tiempo, tío. No me da tiempo. No puedo estar pendiente de tanto contenido que está saliendo. Están saliendo ahora todos los trailers que se están viendo aquí. Acaba de salir el trailer de presentación de los zombies que ya lo tengo.
Oh, that my train.
Que ya lo tengo subido. Antes que me hagan la mini lo pondré. Ahora acaba de salir el trailer de presentación del nuevo mapa de Warzone. No me acuerdo cómo se llama. ¿Cómo se llama?
That's the big thing, right? It's the quality of life, the presence that the game now has.
No de abasto, no de
I
abasto.
absolutely loved about Raven
Estoy subiendo,
and the
tengo
team up as well, is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants, and I think that is just incredible. They're listening and they care, and that is definitely coming across the screen. So for me, I think, you know, things like the red dots that we're seeing on the map, you know, unsuppressed fire. We're seeing also just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD, and it's minor things that make such a big difference to, I think, the community that grind Warzone. It is their life, it is their careers, many of them in this room right now. It's massive, and it's really exciting to see.
Also, the quality of life upgrades. You know, we heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We already do that in Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates. Sometimes you don't have one. Now that it's going to be an actual perk that you can grab, huge. Also, when you start to get shot, you talk about the health now, which is great, having 150 health. Well, now when you get shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive. You like to get, you know, a little bit more aggressive.
El estimulante, por cierto, vuelve a potenciar el movimiento, ¿vale? Acordaros, El estimulante vuelve otra vez, te mete el sprint de velocidad extra. Antes que, sabéis que en este no está, en este mapa el estimulante solo te llena la vida, te recarga.
Plenty more cool changes.
Pero no te llena.
We've seen different field upgrades, we've seen different, you know, kill streaks, the Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's something that I think Black Ops 4 players remember a little differently. This one doesn't kill you though, this just slows you down. It's like a gigantic.
Y el tren del mapa que lo puedes parar, le puedes dar marcha atrás, le puedes dar velocidad. Guapísimo
good enough to
eso.
slow down the Incredible Hulk is good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
It certainly is indeed. I've just got to say that I'm so excited to see how our creators, our streamers, the community react to this, especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about. And Ali, looking across Warzone right now and the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and you know, a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it, the nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Urzikstan really does kind of give that reminiscence of Verdansk in terms of the way it looks and feels, the openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that, like, it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better and small changes are being made for quality of life. And like you said, this does feel very reminiscent of Verdansk, but it has all the great changes like the guns, the blue guns on the ground, and we just saw a UI change like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time and you can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who has really bad object permanence. I would always forget that I'd have a gas mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well, so like it's a great reminder of just really small things like that that can really change a game.
That's something that I think community knows.
Madre mía. Ay, la ayudita cuando no las tienes, como se nota. Tenía al tío enfrente y no la da ni una. Y si la han invitado es porque eres pro. Sabes jugar, macho. Y esa tía no la da ni una.
At the ready when you do go underwater. Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay, I know Dude, the first time I had a circle out in the ocean in Al-Mazrah, I dropped like a 12.
Pero que ha hecho que es el mismo. Si es que el mismo, lo único que ha cambiado que ha sido el diseño, color en amarillo y las letras. El modo, los colores, tío, lo demás es lo mismo, es increíble. Que vamos a pagar 80 pavos. Por esto no recomiendo que os compréis el juego. Hacerme caso, esperaros. Que haremos. Que yo ya lo tengo. Bueno, no lo tengo todavía. Mañana estaremos jugando a la beta. Pero yo tengo el juego. No aconsejo que os gastéis, tío. Porque no sé. Y hacerme caso. Esperaros. Y yo diré ya si merece la pena o no. Ahora mismo. No sé yo si merece la pena. No, mapa este que a lo mejor para levear las armas, pero si solo lo va a utilizar para levear las armas, ni lo aconsejo. Así que hacerme caso, esperar un poquitín antes de reservar. Bueno, a no ser que seáis muy impacientes y tengo sobre el dinero, cada uno es libre de hacer lo que quiera con su pasta. Yo, por ejemplo, ya lo tengo. Mañana, por eso mañana estaremos con la beta.
But there is a massive danger. We just saw one of our streamers leave the gulag with like 6.5K. That's insane. You buy the teammate back. That's a game-changing moment.
Pero es raro este tío. Este el Shoki, ¿no? El Shoki cuando lo ve en su ordenador va saco por los enemigos. Y aquí mira, no. Aquí va más acojonadillo. Mira, la mina esta que hay en el suelo, esta que la pone, y cuando pasas por encima te lanza el sonido para arriba. Ahora también está puesta para una torre que se pone de pie. Y cuando pasas te tira una onda bastante más potente que para arriba. Está muy bien ese. El drone ha salido en el multijugador. ¿Se ha visto el drone cómo lo ha utilizado? Y va el drone teledirigido y ha sido lanzarlo y ha ido directo por el enemigo buscándolo. Lo que no sé si es que tendrás que estar viéndolo y una vez que lo veas dirás, hostia, lo veo, lo mato. Y si tú lo ves, él va o automáticamente lo detecta. Es lo que no sé todavía. Buena. Y la UCI en Akimbo tiene que molar un montón. Tengo ganas de probarla. Para el multijugador en Akimbo tiene que molar la UCI. El mapa, ¿has visto? Si es que el mapa es una mezcla. Bueno, es Uzbekistán, así que es tipo Almarra, el idioma. Entonces habrá árabe y todo eso, o lo que sea, no sé, yo no entiendo de eso. Pero es una mezcla, la verdad es que vamos a decirlo, el mapa se ve. Ahora sí, muchas gracias, tío, por pasarte. El mapa se ve muy bien. Se ve bien, vamos a decirlo. Y no sabemos si merece la pena. Coño, ¿cómo se pierde eso, tío? Eso te vale, el cable de alimentación te vale cualquiera que tenga el mismo diseño, ¿eh? No tiene que ser exclusivo de la Play. Si el mismo dice, hasta las de las radios de las que tienen para conectar, si tiene la misma clavija de enganche te puede valer, ¿eh? La Play 4 no lleva nada, va directo el cable a la corriente, así que ¿qué hacemos que lleva? Porque lleva un cargador, una alimentación, un alimentador, algo. No sé si lo entiendo.
A lot of players have been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever it's called these days. Talking about how auto-aim feels like it's been slightly reduced in this game. It's a little harder.
Va a una tienda informática y a mí se me quemó el de mi ordenador y yo fui para la tienda y me dijeron, ¿cuánto es? Me dice, llévatelo, que lo cogieron porque si tienen de estos de segunda mano que funcione, eso hasta puede ser que te lo den. Cualquier tienda así que reparen electrodomésticos y todo eso puede ser que tengan alguno, de algún electrodoméstico viejo o algo.
Gonna get knocked, but I mean that thing is
creo, no sé,
I mean he was beaming though.
Pero ese el cable.
And you see him get knocked down and potentially might do here as well. No, he does manage to get his teammates. He's going to be in the gulag, but I will say when you are down, you do also have extra health now
Vale,
as well.
tío, este es el nuevo Glass, chicos.
A
mí me recuerda como a las duchas que tienen almacenes por ahí, en vez de tener la celda y todo eso, tienen. Me recuerda a las duchas de verdad.
I'm still gonna do it.
So very, very thirsty. Out here in Kazakhstan, it's a little different. We got a fun with it. This is Optic Blake.
Mira, la UCI en Akimbo tiene que molar.
I got Blake.
Para 9 para Belu.
Come on, Blake.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
He's gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
¡Oh, la renta, Vivo!
You can't ever doubt Blake. Come on.
He had to deal 10 bullets.
Los cables de esos sí que no tengo yo ninguno. A mí se me rompe el mío y estaría igual que tú buscándolo. No tengo.
When you go down, I had the pleasure of downing an opponent in Warzone. I took a sniper rifle to the head. I couldn't thirst them quickly enough. So, I mean, this is just going to change the way the game plays. I would love to see...
En Amazon o algo tiene que haber también.
Impact. Because we saw that was the absolute way to play Warzone.
Really was the
down
meta.
players, throwing them out.
La movilidad mola. Vamos a reconocerlo.
Get out and get on to the next
still a one tap, man. I need it to be a one tap.
Me gusta la movilidad de este juego.
Running around and I'm out. Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the map. You know, they talked about, I think it was old and new.
Hostia, sí te quedas sin juego.
It's a night vision dog.
Going dog.
It's a night.
He's out. Ciao. Peace. He's gone!
That was incredible.
That is a solo YOLO
A la cara, la
champion.
victoria del Gulag en vez de salir la bandera,
It's nothing.
Nunca he comprado en PC componentes, así que no lo sé. Pero no creo yo, si ese cable no tiene que ser muy caro. Si eso,
All sorts of good fun happening here.
cualquier tienda de informática o algo te lo pueden vender. Lo tendrán que tener también. Pero que sí que puede ser.
Between the horizontal, vertical zip lines, redeployment balloons, you name it. There are so many ways to traverse this colossal landscape.
And you know what else I see, Miles? I see a lot of rooftops. I see a lot of rooftops for those snipers. So even though that there are denser areas, which might make it slightly more difficult, there's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Ali? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent
Hola, Ale, muchas gracias por pasarte, tío. Que no estoy muy pendiente, estoy más liado.
Obviously, rooftops, there's some campers who like to sit up there, but
estoy haciendo tantas cosas a la vez, tío. Estamos aquí viendo, mira, el nuevo mapa de Warzone.
You can also get a drone in the sky and literally take the line right up there and try and get on a rooftop or try and counter fly away in a bit, which is
Modern Warfare 2.9, porque macho, el mismo Modern Warfare 2.
The bingo card moments happen. Haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone.
Digo que armas nuevas.
Come on.
Which is actually crazy because it's, I mean, from our experience.
Y mejor movilidad, por supuesto.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing and messing with movement.
Exactamente, tío. Lo único que han cambiado es que han puesto las letras en amarillo, las de arriba, las del, la de las coordenadas, las letras de las letras de los números y los iconos que han mejorado y punto, y poquito más, ya está. Y el movimiento. Y ahora el tren, Ale, el tren lo puedes parar, lo puedes hacer que vaya marcha atrás y todo. Eso sí, mira, le han puesto cosas. Le han puesto más cositas al multijugador, eso sí. Nuevos pairs y todo eso. El único que han cambiado que ahora en vez de salirte el maletín con los pairs, te sale de otra manera. Aunque todavía no lo he visto aquí en el juego, así que... Y yo las armas no las veo ni que se mueven. Pero bueno, está bien, vamos a ver cómo va.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Are we back? Yeah, we're back.
Y mañana estaremos jugando a la beta, ¿vale, chicos? Mañana estaremos con la beta de Modern Warfare. Acordaros. 7 de la tarde, hora española en punto. Pero que las mismas animaciones, tiene las mismas animaciones para reanimar a la gente. Todo. El mapa es una mezcla entre Verda y Al-Marra, el Uzbekistán este. Que se ve bastante bien. Mira, ahora han puesto tirolinas. En vez de poner solo las mierdas estas para subir, las verticales, también tienen las tirolinas. Que eso está bastante bien. ¿Has visto que puede ahí? Así está muy bien. El agua, bueno, el agua ya lo teníamos. En
I share the same last name as him. Does that mean I am also
en Al-Marra, quiero decir.
Possibly. Maybe my...
Todo el mismo que de Warzone, tío, el mismo. Hasta el mapa, el menú y todo eso, lo único que han cambiado los colores y un poco el diseño. Si es que no se han esmerado, macho. No se han esmerado mucho. Le han puesto... El multijugador hasta había mapas que me recordaban al de Vanguard. Hay miras que son las que estaban en Vanguard, tío. Y han puesto un mapa que está bastante bien, no voy a decir que no. Era muy parecido hasta al... Yo que sé, me daba un aire al estilo de Vanguard. Así que, yo que sé, tío. Esto es lo que me echa un poco para atrás. Y es que no lo entiendo, así que no sé ni lo que cojones están diciendo.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag.
Hay que entrar. Yo no sé si voy a entrar luego, tío. Es que esto no sé cuánto le queda. Si entro no hago directo. Te aviso, si entra avísame algo. Y si eso entro yo también y le damos unas partidicas, tío. Porque yo directo no voy a hacer y le damos unas partidicas ahí a Vanguard, a Warzone.
Wild. It's very exciting. And in total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different gulags.
Yes, with more to come in the season. So we want to make sure that this is an evolutionary.
El mismo, lo único que tiene es el light cancel, que puede apuntar y disparar mientras hace el light cancel. Puedes cancelar cuando tú quieras para recargar la arma y todo eso. Puedes hacer la cancelación y todo eso cuando tú quieras para hacer las cosas. Igual que este, mira. Círculo tal y lleva 4 bajas. En su casa llevaría ya 15 o 20 bajas. Ay, es que se nota, tío. Es que se nota. Mira el menú. ¿Has visto? Parecido. Lo único que han cambiado un par de cosas. Es que no se han esmerado mucho. Es que no se han esmerado. Lo siento mucho, pero...
deepest dive, like literally 3 days, and just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we've got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about, like, one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to pick up the ammo. And
todavía.
We should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots.
No, qué mochila.
I think, like, you know,
ya no la he visto.
Warzone, it was always nice
la puta, tío, estaba pendiente de todo.
You carry ammo, and your buddy goes, "Hey, you got any sniper ammo?" And you're like, "Oh, sure, I've got some," and you can drop
Movimiento
it.
mola. Movimiento, la verdad es que... A ver, si está lo mismo, ¿no? Está el maletín de los pets, ¿no?
So many new opportunities, like to be able to carry multiple lethals, multiple kill streaks. So it was like, how can we merge everything?
Lo habían cambiado el maletín.
Last few years.
No, que va.
And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about that. Just
y cómo va a tener oro si acaba de salir el juego.
You don't want to do the inventory.
Que es marrón.
When you're in combat, you don't have time to stop, pick up your ammo again, and so I think the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that that's been refined. But there's some other really interesting.
Pero yo veo las armas demasiado estables.
We obviously added the cache, squad cache.
No, pero esa es la, yo creo que es el color base del arma. Mira, el light cancel, movimiento más fluido, más rápido a la hora de escalada, todo eso. Sí, la verdad es que en ese sentido lo vamos a estar muy agradecidos. Con todo eso. Ahora, cuando juguemos a la beta, yo por ejemplo, a la beta que voy a jugar mañana, luego para volver al otro, al Warzone 2 que no tiene... Con esto movilidad va a costar. Hostia, qué buen lanzamiento. Hay que decirlo, la ha lanzado bien.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Urzikstan launches.
Yeah.
¿Cómo era la?
Obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience of Urzikstan. Alongside it, we'll have Vondel.
Vondel?
We'll have Ashika.
Okay.
Both have Resurgence. And we'll also have Plunder.
Creo que sí, porque ahí lleva la mascarilla.
There is that core group.
Están jugando bien, están jugando bien.
It's all about that money, Alex.
Yeah, it's
about
clearly
that cash.
getting that money.
Great cash, homie.
No, that is awesome. So more experiences, more different, more variety of ways for people to be able to play Warzone.
We've got so many different players, and they all play for so many different reasons. It was like, what can be the best version of Warzone on day one? It was like, that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really interesting preview there.
Es una mezcla, tío.
Coming to Warzone when Season 1 launches.
Además, es que todo, hasta como rompe el escudo y todo.
That includes, as you said, Vondel and Ashika Island staying put for Resurgence. Plunder Day 1, and obviously the new big map in Urzikstan. But Ted, I'm
Hasta como
curious,
rompe el
as I'm
escudo.
sure many of the people behind me are here today. Warzone ranked.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
No tenía dinero para qué.
Ranked in Warzone.
So all year long we've had a great
¿Compraste el juego?
I think since we launched.
O sea, tonto, si te lo vas a comprar, no te lo compres porque no merece la pena ahora mismo.
It's been such a great experience to see people jump in.
Of course.
And we know that going into this new
mejor más adelante así que pilla una oferta y todo eso, que la digas, hostias, coño, pues está en digital la mitad de precio o algo, puedes decir, lo pillo. Ya haré una review para que veáis, chicos, si merece la pena comprárselo o no, ¿vale?
Apart from that, lips are sealed.
I was going to try. I was going to try and pull a Stephanie and see what else I could get out.
Maybe
I really like to dig in.
Dejamos el juego porque no la beta ni nada, porque eso la beta no va a contar.
Are over the moon about that. Yeah. I was actually.
Cuando tengamos la beta, mira, está el maletín el mismo, no lo han cambiado al final, lo han cambiado solo en el diseño para personalizar y el maletín sigue siendo el mismo.
Like my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the UK, like when we play, it's like just that constant. Let's get to gold, let's get to plat, let's get to diamond.
Yeah,
and like, just push it.
I'm iridescent, so I don't have to deal with
that. I'm actually top 250, but...
Okay, yeah, we got a couple braggers over here. All right.
Así que nada, chicos, vamos a aprovechar, vamos a darle like.
Packing all my ammo mule. I'm out here with a couple gods and I'm just getting finessed.
El año que viene estaremos nosotros allí. Este año he rechazado la oferta, el año que viene la aceptamos.
And I think that for a lot of people who really cherish that hyper-competitive experience, you know, that's around the corner. Yeah. Excellent.
Ahora, hay algunos tíos que son malísimos, ¿no? Lo siguiente, dices tú, macho, me han invitado. Había gente en el multijugador, ¿vale? Que ha terminado la partida con una baja.
I see one attachment.
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
Not locked and loaded.
Sad face. It's one of my favorites. So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG, full armor.
Full armor.
Which
so
is great for regame.
True 1v1, you keep the
Ahí la Renetti.
Go back into the map with it.
After, if you win the Gulag.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Ahí la Renetti, que bien va.
When you win. Okay, yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
That is awesome stuff. But I also, you know, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
I am excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity and for me to speak on behalf of Raven and the whole Warzone team. And I've said it already, you know, our goal is to make 2024 the best year of Warzone. So when we sat down and thought about it, it's like, how do we deliver that to our players? So
We're delivering it to them in an encrypted message.
Yes. So
it's
next
true.
year we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the Resurgence map rotation.
Que ya termina, ya.
It's back. Fortune's Keep will return in early 2024, but that's not it, Ted. I see something else hiding here.
Llevamos ya casi 3 horas aquí. Hola, Matías, ¿qué tal? Muchas gracias por pasarte, tío.
So after the one more thing, if that wasn't enough, we have Rebirth Island.
Yo sé que me da algo, necesito parar.
Back in Call of Duty in the Resurgence rotation, coming later after Fortune's Keep, later in the year,
so
early in 2024.
Early next year, we'll have Fortune's Keep. Just following, we'll have Rebirth Island. And I'd love to just give such a big shout out to our partners and friends at Hyman Studios and Beanox, because without them, those maps would not be possible. So big kudos to those guys.
I am hype. I think the community is hype. We know they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth Island. And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're going to hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That seems exciting.
It's a mic drop.
Yeah,
I just can't drop the headset.
I know you can't drop the mic.
Does this flip? Can I flip?
No, we still have one more thing to do. A few more things to do. But oh wow. Well, firstly, you know, I want to thank you for that. But first, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so a little.
We're still at 3.
We're still at 3. Wait
4?
Ah,
okay.
So
the buyback on the
buyback on the train. There is, of course, the buy station on the train, almost like that movable POI.
I'm shocked we didn't get a breacher drone elimination. That just seemed like a gimme.
Yeah, it really did.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like someone would hear
But you know what? It's all new gameplay. This is the first time
they're all discovering it for the first time.
They're learning it for this first time, and so are the folks at home, and so more to come.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we want to thank you all for playing along. And as a reminder, for each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what, I counted 4? I think it was 4 spots.
There was 4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there. And that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags CODNext as well as hashtag TCLXCOD sweepstakes. Once again,
rollo que están metiendo. Ya termina esto, tío.
Hashtag. Good luck to everyone, and I hope you get yourself an awesome TCL TV. But that, of course, was an amazing first look at Urzikstan and what players can expect from Warzone in the future. Ted, before you go, I just want to thank you so much. You know, what I told Kevin and Miles earlier, just that passion, all the devs that have come up here, that passion for what you guys do, it leads through in everything and the way you talk about it. So thank you for sharing that love with us,
if I can say thank you to everyone every studio that's been contributing this year. We're one big family. This is the greatest privilege of my career to be here today with you. So grateful for you as well.
Thank you, Ted. It's awesome.
Yeah, well,
Can't wait to dive in.
We are definitely grateful to have you and all the devs here to talk about this amazing game. It's been such a fun time. But for now, though, let's actually head down to Maven, who's going to put a couple streamers on the spot in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Maven, who you got?
Thank you so much, Alex. I have Sally as a dog. You're going to be the Urzikstan Reaper. I got a feeling. What are you loving so far on the map?
The movement is great. The sniping looked amazing. I didn't love that I lost my gulag, but everything else was great.
What happened in the gulag, Sally? Take me through it.
I got absolutely turned down by Smixy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It happens to the best of us. But listen, I know you haven't, you've been someone that's grinded a lot of Warzone. You've taken a step back kind of this year, not putting as much time. Is it feeling just a little bit of hands-on? Like, is the grind coming back? Are you going to be carrying myself and Merc on the map?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to carry you and Joe in my backpack. It's large. It's basically a duffel bag anytime, yeah.
So what did you get hands-on with? Did you, outside the gulag, lost a little bit of time with the sniper? A little time with the AR? Like, what were you feeling the best of there? What's Sally as a dog's like go-to repertoire?
So I picked up a sniper, dropped it, regretted it because when I died, I saw Reed Boy just popping heads all over the map. So that's what I'm going to get back on and try. But yeah, really looking to get going, grind this game out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I haven't like sniped much as I used to. Like in the past, putting in so much time. Now let's take a look. Oh, listen, he's got great legs too. But the chair, look at this thing. It's a Little Caesars hot seat. You were a little bit worried if you were going to actually be able to sit in it. If you were to fit, if it had been tested, you asked me. But how's it feel?
It feels comfortable, ergonomic, and silent. Pizza.
You're looking absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sally, it's been amazing. Excited to see what you're going to do this year. You're one of my favorite content creators. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's get it over to Shift. I believe he's now with Tommy.
Yeah, Maven, I'm not going to lie. You may want Sally to carry you, but there is no better person in the history of Warzone to carry a duo or a trio than this guy right here. Tommy, first day, hands on the game, initial thoughts and reactions. Let me have it.
I'm loving it. The movement, the fluidity of it, the visibility of the game, everything's just so much better and everything that everyone wanted, I feel.
So, again, you were day one, Warzone OG. You played every map, including all the small things. We heard the teases on Fortune's Keep, Rebirth Island. If you were to tell the people at home, though, like, what does this map most feel like compared to other maps in the previous instances, where would you kind of go to?
I feel like from the amount I've played, it's like a throwback to Verdansk, but with improvements. And the sides of the map, there's not many dead areas, I'd say it looks like, from what I've played so far. Obviously, it's a little early to say too much on it, but I'd say it's a little bit of a throwback.
Fair enough. Final points, what are like your biggest overall takeaways, especially from the competitive side? I know there's people wanting to say, let me get into ranked, let me get back up to those statuses again. Where are you feeling the biggest differences, either mechanically or maybe just aesthetically on the map right now?
I mean, from the mechanics we've got so far, I feel like a lot of the competitive players, pro players, they're going to love it. They're going to find out their own little ways to move and how to improve the movement on the map. But just off the base, it's so much smoother, nicer. You get around the map much quicker, so it's real good.
Fair enough. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And hey, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on, of course, what they saw with Warzone. But before we come back, we also have the Warzone mobile team. But of course, first, before we jump into all that, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class, QLED TV.
La publicidad no se la hago yo gratis. El reloj está guapo. Si fuese en vez de esfera digital, molaría más. Porque por lo que vale, 550 dólares. Madre mía, vaya ladrones que eso. Y seguro que habrá gente que se gastará el pastizal. Siempre hay gente que se gasta dinero en todo eso. ¿Qué? ¿Termina ya o qué? Vamos a terminar ya, macho. Tengo ganas de cenar.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We have just witnessed a full hour of all good, brand new Warzone action there on Urzikstan and much, much more. I don't know where to begin. We haven't got too much time to get through this one, guys. So, Lottie, you take it away from me. I'm going to put my microphone down.
I certainly will. Do you know what? I'm just thrilled, to be honest. And I'm sure Ted was on the desk watching some of those interviews with anticipation, thinking, how are they going to feel about it? You know, I've told them all this stuff on the desk, but, you know, how are they feeling about playing it? And I've got to say the reception has been phenomenal so far. And I think none of us are surprised, to be honest. I think with the quality of life updates, things that have been said for so long with the community and it's come through and it's pulled through for them, of course they're going to be happy. But for me, that is a huge, huge dub. And I love to see that for Warzone.
I mean, Lottie, think about it. If we just had the new movement, people would have been happy. We got a brand spanking new map as well. So many new things. And I really appreciate Ted going up there and explaining all that in such good detail because I learned so much about it. You know, got to play it for a little bit and it felt absolutely phenomenal. There's so much we're going to learn as well once we get our hands on it. So Warzone seems to be in a fantastic spot.
No, really. And I know Golden Boy used the word genuine a lot, and for the devs especially to feel their passion. I was on Twitter a bit, and let me just say, or X, whatever we're calling it at this point, but I could feel the excitement from the community seeing it, like genuine, true excitement. And as we heard in the interviews as well, like to hear it from the creators and pros in Warzone themselves, like it truly looks at its base off of release, like in beta. It's going to be so much fun.
I know, beta's real close as well. I mean, this is the candy shop, and today we are all the kids. Very, very cool stuff. Can't wait. Really can't wait to get into
Yo, terminamos ya o no. Tengo ganas de parar. Estoy cansado ya.
All sorts of cool goodies to give away. Got lots of news. And for those of you wondering about how you can play MW3, I want to remind everyone again that early access to
la
the
beta.
multiplayer beta.
El 6-7 estamos o sea, si mañana y el viernes y sábado la beta exclusiva de PlayStation. El 8 y el 10 la beta abierta para los de PlayStation. El 11 se cierra y el 12, el 13 para Xbox PC con acceso anticipado, y PlayStation, y luego ya los siguientes para todas las plataformas. Así que si eres de PlayStation, bienvenido sea a la nueva era. Y ahora habrá que tengo que hacer mucho tila, yo.
See GameStop and participating international retail web pages for promotional offer details.
Well, we also wanted to mention once again the awesome partnerships between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. If you haven't already seen this, very, very cool collaboration here. Hundreds, they've taken, I mean, look, some of the coolest icons throughout Call of Duty. Ghost is in there now. This is a limited edition collab between Hundreds, and you have a chance to win one of these. There are 50 sets available. Follow at Call of Duty on X/Twitter. Tweet #CODNext and #sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel, tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set of this awesome lineup. I've been downstairs, I've touched them all, and they're all a delight.
They are looking absolutely incredible. I can see some of you guys running those. They are fresh, to say the least. I don't know. I need to try and talk to some people at the back, use some of my contacts here, because I want to get my hands on that as well. But I've got to say, the day of Call of Duty action, it does not stop here with Call of Duty Next. Immediately following Next will be Code Bowl for you. Have it, presented by USAA. Join top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy. 100% of the net proceeds from the tournament will go to
Ya, termina. Terminamos ya el torneo, gente. ¿Qué hacemos? Un donativo y lo cierro ahora mismo.
And after that, we send it back down to the desk one more time. This time to Beef Mummy with a very special guest from the Warzone mobile team to give us an update on all things that have been going on with the Warzone mobile
por cierto,
world, as well as a
me he olvidado dar una noticia.
Before we get to kick off that
La
mobile
vamos a poner en
gameplay.
pantalla.
Stay with us. We'll be back.
La acaban de poner aquí ahora mismo.
Brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. Nvidia GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio
Mira lo que
products
tenemos.
at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty
Confirmado.
Next.
La página web de Call of Duty, ¿vale? Confirmado. Para el 2024 regresan Fortus Keep y Reveal Island. Chicos, Fortus Keep y Reveal Island para el mes, para el año que viene. ¿Vale? Vamos,
4 years ago, Call of Duty Mobile.
Bueno, esto es todo lo que ha salido, lo que está saliendo ahora mismo. El mapa, este es el mapa ahora mismo
To celebrate this anniversary,
la mierda esta
here is
de
a look back at some highlights from the past 4 years.
Vale, que esta es la imagen que se veía del puerto con la I, del agua. Vale, no es las almas como se pensaba. Esto es de los zombies, esta va a ser la zona afectada por los zombies. Vale, esta es la zona afectada por los zombies. Y ya está. Solo era eso. Este es el trailer que han subido de los zombies. Este es el OBS, que estamos activos, papi. Y vamos a cambiar, vamos a poner el otro
Actual
monitor.
goosebumps right now. But before we start, I just want to introduce the very talented people in my desk right now. We got
Y parece que esto ya está terminando, chicos.
SVP and co-studio head of mobile, Chris Plummer.
Vale, así que
Chris,
confirmado.
how's it going?
Fortus Keep y Reveal para el 2024,
The
chicos.
game looks honestly super amazing.
You know, it's hard to believe it's been 4 years since we launched Call of Duty Mobile. It's been an amazing journey. You know, one that attracted 650 million installs. I mean, more than that. It's actually, if you put it in perspective, it's like taking the entire population of the United States.
Vale, adelantamos noticias. Fortus Keep regresa a principios del próximo año, ¿vale? En el 2024. A principios regresa Fortus Keep. Y Reveal Island lo seguirá más adelante en el 2024. Lo que convierte en esta rotación de mapas más divertida. Así que irá como ahora, que irá rotando, irá rotando, irá rotando.
All new original content, and really it's going to be exciting to see how players engage with that and really cement Call of Duty Mobile as always being an important part of the franchise and really cementing it into the future.
And well, speaking of like time in general, right? You were talking about the future, but let's talk about the past for a tiny bit. Just about a year ago, you unveiled a new, but in many ways a really ambitious project in the form of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Walk me through it and what's been going on in there.
So, Call of Duty
no doy abasto de crear cosas.
In limited release in some select markets.
Ah, bueno, tienen que hablar todavía de Warzone Mobile. Que no han hablado de Warzone Mobile todavía.
¿Qué
será esto? Esto será Warzone Mobile, que será en verdad.
Talking about shared progression, cross progression, shared battle pass with the console and PC titles. You can get all of that on Call of Duty Mobile now.
Oh, la presa.
Warzone Mobile. And we've been doing it now since the release of Modern Warfare 2. So it's been really exciting to see that cross progression playing out in the wild. And we've also been watching the players jump into those 120 player matches against really
no me acuerdo ahora mismo el área este donde estaban los aviones, el cementerio este de aviones en verdad. ¿Cómo era?
And doing it on the legendary Verdansk map. I mean, we all love that map. It's been fun to see that play. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. We've also gotten a treasure trove of feedback. I mean, we get feedback from our community, from our team members, from influencers. It's been great to see that community feedback come through too. And, you know, we've always been committed to telling our community what's happening, giving them the latest developments. And I know it's been a while, but we had some things we wanted to say today, so we're glad to be back.
En Bonillar, coño, en Bonillar, hostia. Creo que haya mucho en Bonillar.
Team talk specifically about we hear you, we see you.
En Bonillar, claro, y ahí vamos al estoraje o al Superstore. Madre mía, qué tiempo. Y o a la estación de trenes iba muy poco. Y al puerto, todo eso, Farland, todo eso, Lumber, todo eso íbamos muy poco. Solíamos caer más en TU Stadium, en el estadio, en TU Stadium, en el aeropuerto también caíamos mucho, en Bonillar, estoraje, sobre todo en Bonillar, y de ahí ya íbamos al lootear, al estoraje y al Superstore. ¿Qué recuerdo?
Over 6 gigabytes of data on your device, and that's thanks to
ahí es donde íbamos mucho.
New caching system.
Nada, mañana, tío, que
the improvements don't stop there. The team
no sé ni qué arma ponerme mañana.
A lot of polish and improvements to everything from the way the game plays,
no sé ni qué, bueno, las probaré todas, hay que probarlas
and
todas.
Even the menu, so that it flows really well. A great
Mira, este
example
Warzone
of that
Mobile, es ahora mismo lo que está saliendo en pantalla, Warzone Mobile.
So from one tap, you can access all of your gear, all your stuff that you earn. It's now right there. You can tweak your loadouts. You can customize all of your weapons in Gunsmith. Gunsmith is also obviously super important. We didn't have that last year. We've got it now. So it really makes it a fully well-rounded experience and makes sure that everything feels just right.
La personalización, la verdad que tiene bastante personalización.
Awesome. You can check it out now.
Now, throughout all of what we just saw, last year you guys came out and revealed for fans.
Llevo 3 horas y 7 minutos de directo con la mierda esta. Yo pensaba que era más corto esto, que era 1 hora y pico, 2 horas tirando por todo lo alto.
Call of Duty without multiplayer. And so now to complement the Warzone Battle Royale, which is kind of the backbone of the experience, we now have en Warzone Mobile.
No os voy a mentir, suscribir y darle like, coño. Que gratis, hostia.
So we're talking about
aprovecha ahora que gratis.
Really familiar maps. Frenetic battles. You can get in with your friends in and out real quick, or you can play all night long. And we're talking your favorite maps, most recent and familiar maps like Shoot House and Shipment. And it's all in there right now. And so in addition to Battle Royale, you can play MP. We even have the Shoot to Ship playlist, which is perfect for grinding out those camos, regardless of what platform you're on. You might be on the go, on the train, go in, grind a camo out. It's really great.
I mean, definitely when you're talking about that cross progression, that is definitely one thing that we already saw last year in November. We were talking about it before we actually went here on the desk, is a significant part of the game. And now we're seeing all of these features being embellished, being tweaked, really good and polished. But the question on everyone's minds, I got to put you on the hot seat here, Chris. I have to ask, when is Warzone Mobile dropping and available for everyone to play?
Well, we understand that everyone wants to know when Warzone Mobile will be available worldwide, and we hear you. We know that's important. The beauty of our limited release is it's given us a unique opportunity to see the true strengths and opportunities for improvement in the game. And over recent months, we've really discovered some just huge opportunities to make the game even better, and we took full advantage. I think what you will see today is that was time well spent. The game is now massively involved. It is advanced in every way since we showed it last time. And we just really have a few more things we want to polish up before we release around the world in spring of 2024.
So the big thing about this is
I know we pre-registered last year when you went through this whole thing, and there were a lot of cool exclusive rewards that came out with that. Me han dicho que es muy largo, lo probaremos mañana a las 7 de la tarde en directo, chicos. Entraremos un poquitín antes del directo para probarlo, para ver las cosas, para cuando se instalen que podamos entrar. Si sale la noticia que se entra antes, estaremos también en directo antes. Pues muchas veces ponen a 1 hora y luego resulta que a media hora antes ya está en directo, está entrando.
Such a huge reaction when we first announced our
pre-order
this event last year. We were the fastest Activision Blizzard or King game to get to 15 million pre-registrations. Super excited. But then tens of millions more players piled in. And believe it or not, the audience has now gotten to this mind-shattering 45 million pre-registrations. So you got to join the 45 million if you're not in it yet and pre-register for free. And I just want to say, on behalf of Beanox, Digital Legends, Activision Shanghai Studio, and Solid State Studios, the entire development team working on this game finds it so motivating to see those pre-order numbers. We want you guys to pile in. It's so motivating for us, and we're just so appreciative, and we thank you all for the feedback and the patience as we approach that worldwide release announcement.
Well, Chris, we have to give you a massive thank you for coming on and kind of just giving us the front-loaded side of everything, but I know that's not it. The theme of the day has been there's always one more thing, or at least one more thing. Anything else kind of close and dear to your heart that you want to share with us today?
As a matter of fact, there's something that we want to disclose today. Yeah, I mean, what's awesome about Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is we really want to have this full experience, and now we have something that's a huge new addition to the offering that's combined sort of the best elements of Warzone Battle Royale with your favorite MP matches and kind of puts those together in one like amazing combined experience. It's something that's actually really familiar to fans of the franchise. You might even heard a tease about this from the Warzone section earlier today. But we are really excited to bring it to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile now. And so what we'll do is give you a sneak peek of that, and then we'll get in for some hands-on frenetic gameplay action. So we'll take it away.
If you try to have a war, it's a war zone. Never take a loss, it's a lesson, I got more to go. I done had it when I'm on, I got you scared straight. If I'm never not on point, it's a red dot, moving here with a clear face.
Los que recuerdo de Revit Island. Madre mía, me encantaba este mapa, también me ha encantado siempre. Oye, espérate, la música me están follando, tío. ¡Oh! ¡Qué guapa la escena! En Revit, en Warzone Mobile. Vamos a encontrar un emulador que habrá. A lo mejor lo bajamos y jugamos. Me estamos peleando. Bueno, vamos a ver si me han enviado un correo. Este es el del móvil, ¿no? Macho, chicos, estéis como yo, tenéis ya ganas de que pare esto, tío. No voy a mentir, yo estoy deseando ya que acabe. Esto es, acordaros, en Verdan, pero en móvil, ¿vale? Battle Royale, el Warzone Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, ¿vale, chicos? Espérate, hay eco. En una página algo me está creando eco. Ah, pues no. No sé qué es lo que tengo eco, pero tengo eco. Ya, es que, mira, y está Revir también, que volverá, por cierto, acordaros. Fortus Keep regresa a principios de año, Revir un poquitín más tarde, ¿vale? Pero en el 2024, acordaros. Mira ahí jugando. Mira, mira, mira. Oh, así que Island, que vuelve. Así que Island, que vuelve, chicos. Que vuelve el año que viene. Así que Island. Volvemos otra vez a este trepidante mapa. Increíble mapa. Aunque a mí Asika también me gusta ahora mismo. Y el otro también me gusta, ¿eh? Bondel y... Me gusta. Bondel y Asika Island me gustan mucho, tío. Hostia, ¿imagináis los 4 mapas en rotación? Esto sería un puntazo, chicos. Los 4 mapas en rotación. Bondel, Fortus Keep, Asika, Revir. Dios. Sería increíble, tío. Sería increíble. Ya se ve increíble. Vamos a reconocerlo. Vaya latigazos que pego. No le mueves, si es que... Con la PKM ahí, dándotelo todo. Nah, no me gusta el movimiento que tiene. Además le pego un escopetazo a medio metro, tío. ¿Qué necesita para morir? Oh, yeah. Vamos, gente. Es un puto rollo, tío. De verdad, en serio. Warzone Mobile se está poniendo un rollo. Y yo estoy viendo más cosas ya por internet que esto. Yo creo que para jugar al Warzone Mobile tienes que tener un móvil demasiado potente. Tienes que tener un móvil demasiado potente para que vaya bien el móvil. Pues irán, no sé qué móvil estarán jugando a ellos, serán los últimos iPhone. Y yo qué sé, y se ve demasiado trabado algunas veces. Hay imágenes pegando saltos. Mi primera victoria fueron 4 o 5 bajas y la terminamos ahí metidos cuando quedaba solo un equipo. Estábamos los 3 aquí metidos. Estaba mi sobrina, el Lolito y los 3 ahí ya está. Estábamos los 3. Lolito, mi sobrina y yo. Y la ganamos ahí. Era la primera vez que jugábamos a este mapa. 2 o 3 partidas. Nos habían matado un par de veces así quedando por la mitad. Y en una estábamos justo en el centro y no sé, se nos ocurrió, vamos a quedarnos aquí. Y joder, nos quedamos aquí. Y cuando nos dimos cuenta el círculo se iba cerrando para nosotros. De vez en cuando escuchábamos pasos, salíamos, matábamos y nos escondíamos otra vez. Matábamos al equipo y nos escondíamos. Y así se ganó. Y la primera partida en esto, el mismo día que salió. ¿Ha visto? Disparan y yo qué sé, lo veo raro. Fue un show, porque estuvimos ahí dentro, estábamos los 3 hablando, haciendo el tonto, ahora salto. Ahora... Mira, uy, mira, el gas este rojo mola. En vez del amarillo. Nah, no mola, No me está gustando cómo se ve el Warzone Mobile, no sé, lo veo raro. No sé qué pasa con el audio, me sale que la tasa de vía inferior al mínimo recomendado. No sé por qué me dice eso. Pero sí se me escucha, ¿no? Sí. Sí se escucha bien. Warzone Mobile, chicos. Warzone Mobile. Estará Verdan, Revir, que vuelve a Verdan, que vuelve el 2024. Vuelve Fortus Keep a Warzone normal, al grande, no al de móvil, al de consola y PC. A principios de año vuelve Fortus Keep y a mediados más adelante vuelve Revir. Que si está en rotación con los otros 2 mapas, tiene que estar guapísimo. Los 4 mapas para rotar, tiene que ser increíble. Me encantaría que tuviesen los 4 mapas para ir rotando. La verdad que sí. Venga, chicos, porfa, si sois nuevos, suscribiros, tío, que es gratis, no cuesta nada. Apoyad un poquitín a los canales pequeñitos, tío, que estamos a nada de llegar a los 1300. ¡Hola, Santi! Vaya un poquitín, que es gratis, no cobro por suscribirse, que a los 1300 hacemos sorteo. No seáis así, no me hagáis suplicaros. Llevamos 3 horas de directo para vosotros. Uy, espérate, que tengo bajado.
At the same time, you can go at home, you keep
¿Qué tal, Santi? ¿Cómo estás, tío?
How big of a deal it is, and it is just
A ver
so
si jugamos, me tiene
unique
abandonado.
to both of the games. But again, a question to both of you. Just feel free to answer here, because
Me tiene abandonado, Santi. No coincidimos, tío.
So what makes it so unique? What does Warzone Mobile actually have compared to Warzone in general in PC or console?
Do you want to go ahead?
Go for it. Go for it. I leave it to the expert.
I mean, you know, we're a free-to-play game on mobile, and we've got both.
¿Cómo estás, Santi?
Warzone. We've got all the different game modes that come with that. We've got multiplayer, which I think is a big standout, and you know,
un canal de buenos rollos con todos los suscriptores, gente. No pedimos dinero, solo pedimos suscripciones, que es gratis. Pues mira, ahora mismo he hecho caca, he hecho polvo, tío, porque llevo un directo ahora mismo de 3 horas y media. Estoy que me da algo. Tengo unas ganas de que acabe ya el puto evento este, que me tiene ya, lo veo ya demasiado aburrido.
I don't know what to expect
Con
out
los
of you guys
zombies,
next.
con esto que me está haciendo más
Every time
aburrido
there's like a
en
major
Warzone Mobile.
content drop from the mobile space, it's like something
Pero muy
completely
bien, tío.
groundbreaking to like what Call of Duty was before. Like even in the teaser after Chris's
A lo mejor no lo descargaremos
like
para probarlo.
reflection back to some of the streamers' reactions
Pues no
to
lo
camos
sé,
and stuff
se
like
le-
that.
le-
It's just unreal what you guys were able to
Le he
do.
dicho a Ale
Again, it's just-
que
this is
sentaba que me
a
avisase y
handheld
jugaba,
device.
porque
Like,
ya
it blows
directo
my
ya no voy a
mind.
hacer. Yo cuando
Someone who's
termine
not
aquí,
authentic and normal into the space
Cuando te-
as a mobile gamer first and picking it up as kind of a side hobby.
Claro,
I mean,
estoy
just, it's
cansadísimo ya
unbelievable what
de-
you guys have been done, especially from the graphics
de
side. That
directo.
continues
Y
to
le he
blow
dicho
my
a
mind.
Lale que si entra aquí me avise.
Our goal, basically, to blow people's minds.
Digo, y jugamos un ratico. Si entro y hasta...
I mean, we're already talking about all
Si entro
of
te
these
aviso.
things, and we're
Te envío
asking a
un
lot of
mensaje
questions
por la
towards
Play,
that,
¿vale?
but Shift.
Pero no estoy seguro. Ahora mismo no te puedo decir que sí. Porque ahora mismo, mira, son las 9:20 de la noche. Llevo 3 horas y media aquí sentado con el directito este. Y estoy hecho caca. Así que me gustaría descansar un poquitín, cenar un poco y a lo mejor más tarde si entro. Porque recordad, mañana estoy con la beta. Mañana a las 7 de la tarde empezamos con la beta de Modern Warfare 3. ¿Vale? Estaremos jugando a la beta toda la puta tarde, hasta que el cuerpo aguante. Mañana, el sábado, estaremos jugando a la beta hasta que el cuerpo aguante. El domingo estaremos jugando a la beta hasta que el cuerpo aguante. Que ya entran los de Play. Ya cualquiera de Play ya se lo puede descargar.
And kind of get in between what was and what is now there. And that's always been kind of a staple for COD Mobile, and I think that's super exciting, especially from like the
Sí, te tienes que descargar lo que es la beta.
focus has been from the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. When it
Son
comes
unos
to, like, the
29
focus
gigas
and
por
all
ahí.
of that, right? It is important that when it comes to a game, how you're going to be able to get into it.
Ahora mismo
Usually,
está para la beta
mobile for a lot of the
anticipada.
time,
Para
that can
jugar a
be
la
the
beta de
big
Modern
thing for a
Warfare
lot of new
anticipada,
gamers to
¿vale?
actually
El
get
6 y el
into COD,
7.
which is
El
really
8,
something
no,
nice
6,
to
7
see here. And I feel like we're on the opposite sides of the spectrum.
6,
You've been
7,
playing COD
el
for
8
the
y el
longest
9
time.
y hasta
I'm
el día
much of a
10.
newer gamer, so for
No,
me,
hoy no,
having
mañana.
both of these really being connected
Mañana tenemos
is
2
really
días
nice
acceso
to people
anticipado,
like me
los de
to kind of just
PlayStation,
weave
los que
everything
tengamos
together
el
to
juego
have such
reservado
nice
o
and
Activision
solid
haya enviado
gameplay. But yeah,
el
it
código.
feels super great right now.
¿Vale?
We've been
Y
seeing
luego
a lot of
estará
optimization.
para todos
We're
los de
so happy with
PlayStation.
what we're seeing.
Luego
Mobile
descansamos
community,
el
they're
día 10,
absolutely
el
pumped
día
up
11 se
behind me,
descansa.
but I just gotta
Hasta el
say,
día 10 está la
I don't
beta,
wanna keep you here for
la
any
primera
longer,
semana.
but
Luego el
thank
día
you
11
so
se
much,
descansa.
Bea and
Y el día
Tom.
12 están para los de acceso anticipado de Xbox, PC, los que hayan hecho reserva, ¿vale? De PC, Xbox y PlayStation y todos los de PlayStation. Y luego estarán 2 días más con todos ya todas las plataformas en abierto. No, sin haber reservado nada.
Other things you guys are pulling inspiration from, because I think the coolest thing for COD Mobile is like all the COD Reddit community always goes crazy when they see the BO2 map.
Eso se descarga dentro del juego. Dentro del juego, cuando te pones en el menú principal, te pone encima del juego, le das opciones y te pone y te sale si te lo puedes descargar. Si no, dentro del en la Store pones Modern Warfare 3 y te tiene que salir la beta, o pones beta y te tendrá que salir.
And so that's just the beginning. You know, now we have the whole franchise and everything that the franchise is doing to grow into and to add to the game. So
Sí, tío, llevo un directo ya, tío, de 3 horas y media. Estoy que me da algo,
we
tío.
already are seeing a lot of the
Por eso digo, estoy a ver si termina ya el evento los cojones.
Already. I actually made my rounds a while ago while everyone was doing their bit. I was checking in on
luego
every
si
single
entro,
one
luego
of
le
the
enviaré,
mobile creators, and
hablaré
they
con el
seem
Ale a
to
ver
be
si
like they're
entramos y
having so
todo.
much fun. The gameplay,
Si entro, te
like
envío
what
un
you both
WhatsApp y te
already
aviso, ¿vale?
mentioned, is just super smooth, and we're just waiting for it in the spring of 2024.
He empezado a las 6 con el evento y todavía seguimos con el evento, con el
Warzone mobile era,
con
any
el
mobile game
CONNES.
want to transition just because they want to play the maps that they haven't before.
Estamos con el evento de CONNES.
Yeah, I mean, this is an opportunity for, people that
No he
haven't
jugado, tío.
been in those maps, that haven't had the opportunity to play Call of Duty before, to get into the franchise. And, not everyone's got a console or PC that can play games, but
El Alex tiene tu número, ¿no? Si no, te lo envío yo por la consola.
It really is important
Por la
for
aplicación de la
everyone
Play.
else how accessible that actually is.
Right.
So yeah, again, let me thank you again for
Ahora hablaré con él, le
because of
preguntaré.
your hard work and all. But yeah, B.
Porque no lo
Tom,
sé,
thank you
tío.
so
Yo ahora
much
mismo
for
ya te digo,
joining
yo ahora
us. You
mismo
guys
por mí
have
no
been
entraría.
absolutely
Pero si
amazing.
entramos
But now
todos, sí
we're
entro.
going to take a quick break from the
Porque la verdad que
desk
sí
to
tengo
go down
ganas de
to
echarme unas
Maven on the
partidicas.
floor to get a read from the streamers
Pero
on
ahora
their
mismo,
experience so far
por
playing
si
Reaper's
por mí,
Island on Call of Duty Warzone
ver la
Mobile.
tele y acostarme
Maven,
y
who's
descansar
with you in the hot and ready seat
de aquí
presented
metido.
by Little Caesars?
I've got Bobby Plays, and he is absolutely hot and ready. But listen, man,
Si no, como
you've been a
hablaré con el
godsend
Alex
for
de
me
todos
because when I
modos.
first started to get into
Sí,
the
como el
mobile
Alex
side
tiene
of
tu
things,
número.
and I went to commentate a couple events. I knew nothing. You kind of
Es que como tengo la aplicación esta en el móvil, cuando me llamáis no me llega la consola, me llega el móvil.
Call of Duty Mobile
Tengo la aplicación de la
over the
Play
years.
de la Store en el móvil.
Definitely took a
Es
turn.
comodísimo tenerlo.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was
Entonces
really cool
cuando
for
me
me,
envían
like, as
un
somebody
mensaje
that was
me llega al
super familiar
móvil.
with the mobile side, but didn't know anything about esports, getting to go side by side with one of the all-time greats is just truly an honor. But it's been really cool to see how much has evolved on the mobile side, both for COD Mobile and now
joder, yo qué sé.
Warzone Mobile on the way. I think there's a lot of potential, both for people that
Si
just
no lo
want to
sabes
chill
tú, si lo
out and
tienes.
for people that want to get competitive too.
Well, talk to me a bit now. I know you've had hands-on with the Warzone mobile side of things, but like getting back to Verdansk and some of the stuff that you're seeing happening here. And what the big thing now is going to be resurgence, right? Like you're getting into the smaller map.
Yeah, I had a chance to try it out a little bit. They actually let us hop into the map last night as well, and it actually feels phenomenal. I would say, surprisingly enough,
No lo
even though
sé.
it's the newest map, it feels better than any of the other maps right now.
Yo sí que no lo sé quién tiene tu número o no.
And Verdansk side by side, those are like the two most nostalgic maps.
Bueno, yo te envío un
in Warzone
mensaje por la
history,
aplicación,
so
tío.
a lot of people are excited for that. And I
Si no,
think it's gonna
descárgate la
get the pace
aplicación
of the mobile
de la
play style a
consola,
little bit better as well.
de las vectores, te la descarga al móvil y así te sale
Call
todo.
of Duty, but like it's got to be kind of wild. I was one of the people
Bueno, yo te lo
that
envío por la
sucked on
consola,
mobile for a
tío.
while.
Mensaje
'cause
por la
I
consola.
didn't really play many games on my phones, but just thinking about
por la app
I
de
guess
la
the
PlayStation te la
potential
mando.
number of people are to
Y
reach.
te aviso
We
si
didn't
entro.
talk about it on the desk.
Pero ya te digo, ahora
It's
mismo.
got to be kind of like you feel like you're in a pretty secure environment, right? Where
Ahora mismo
comments
creo que
have been
termine
blowing
esto
up
ya.
around you recently.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool to see how it's exploded, and they even highlighted what
Pues solo tienes que
650
conectar la consola ahí.
million downloads for COD Mobile as well. So
Ay,
you got
coño,
45
espérate,
million people that are just like sitting around waiting for
Te pide
Warzone
el
Mobile to
correo
release.
que
I know
tengas en la
whenever it does
consola.
release in spring, there's going to be so many people that are ready to go. There's people that are already like doing whatever they can to get into the game, and people that are just sweating their butts off. So if there is an esports side of things, I think that's going to be really exciting as well.
Te pedirá, no me acuerdo ahora mismo qué pide, pero eso se conecta fácil. El correo que tenga y la contraseña y ya está. Yo la tengo, y es comodísimo. Vamos a ser sincera. Sí, sincero.
I think one thing we didn't really expect to see was some of the like the OG multiplayer maps that they've added in. So our expectation was that it would just be like different areas of Verdansk that they put into the map. But with the addition of Shoot House and Shipment, it's now like a perfect grind experience as well for people that want to level up their guns, level up camos, and for people that can now do it anywhere, anytime, like whether you're in an airport, whether you're in the car, like pull out your phone, pull out your controller, and you can hop in and get a few levels.
All right, last question for you. How'd it feel to be on interview in the hot and ready seat here, presented by Little Caesars?
I can't lie. I kind of feel like a king
Vale,
right now. This is,
más noticias, gente, más noticias. Parece que las cosas han cambiado.
Revit
Revit vuelve en primavera. Fortnite Kit en otoño del 2024. Primavera del 2024. Revit. Fortnite Kit otoño del 2024. También Revit en Warzone Mobile. Y confirman Verdansk para comienzos del 2025. Yo lo veo una transformada verdad. Es rumor, ¿eh? Vamos a tomarlo como rumor, no como que yo he dicho sí, sí, sí. Rumor. Y oficial, Warzone Mobile se lanzará en primavera del 2024. Sí, sí, yo te lo mando. No te preocupes, Santi.
And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We got two brand new guests here with us now. Dan Driver from Solid State Studios and Mario Almaguer from VNox. Thanks so much for joining us. I gotta start with you, Almaguer. I mean, your name says it all. You guys are so amazing at what you do, but how are you feeling leading up to this moment?
This is super exciting. Like, just seeing everybody playing the game and just testing the new map for the first time. It's really awesome. So thank you for having
Yo te aviso, no te preocupes,
Santi. Yeah.
How about you, Dan? I mean, I can see Warzone Mobile already loaded on your phone on the desk. You ready to play some more?
Yeah, man, I'm locked and loaded. I always play as Nicki Minaj. I'm ready to drop in and bang, 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 bang.
I love that.
That was so good.
And pop culture reference galore. What the? Man, I might be out of a job out here. But Dan, I got to pick your brain here because we got 250 people, and a lot of them are touching Warzone or just mobile for the first time ever. And I know for me personally, I call myself a two-thumb monkey. I put two thumbs on the screen, that's it. But you guys have a ton of customization for people that are either authentic mobile gamers or trying it out for the first time. And it's not even just fingers on screens, it's controller inputs, backbone, whole 9 yards. How has that process kind of been built out for you guys?
Mi cuerpo quiere ya parar un ratito, que yo creo que vamos a parar ya, tío, porque ya están hablando de esto de...
Whatever you want, we're here for it, right? We've got a customizable HUD.
El Warzone Mobile, tío, ya está. Yo creo que ya vamos a terminar. Ya lo que ha interesado ya está visto todo. Así que nada, gente, terminamos directo. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Suscribiros, darle like, compartir, activar la campanita. Sobre todo, suscribir y darle like, chicos, que contra más like le dais, más recomienda YouTube. Y sobre todo, suscribiros, que es gratis, coño, no cuesta nada. Suscribir al canal más pobre y manco de todo YouTube, gente. Es gratis, apoyáis a un canal manquito que merece la pena más apoyar a los pequeñitos que a los gigantes, que ya tienen mucho dinero. Apoyar a los pequeñitos. Así que nada, gente, muchísimas gracias a todos, un abrazo, besazos y recordad, mañana a las 7 en Modern Warfare 3. Nos vemos. Espérate, que ahora no sé dónde tengo el OBS. Había quedado todo chulo la despedida, tío. Había quedado todo chula la despedida y como tengo el OBS siempre en este monitor y ahora lo tengo en este, me perdí y me he liado y la he cagado. Así que nada. Ya está, lo he dicho. Mañana más, gente. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Un abrazo. Besazo. Mañana. Modern Warfare 3, chicos, con la beta de Modern Warfare 3 estaremos aquí en directo desde las 7 de la tarde. Atentos, así que suscribiros, darle like, compartir, activar la campanita, apoyar al canal para estar activo y ver las noticias del canal más pobre y manco de todo YouTube. Hasta la próxima.
They had the fake orgasms and shit. We can tell niggas today, hey, I wanna come, motherfucker.
You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. Your boyfriend is a dork, make love it. I just pulled up in the ghost, fucked that bitch up out in London. Then I fucked up on the cousin, on her sister, I don't know nothing. And my niggas getting ignorant, I could lie her, bitch, be ignorant. All this water on my neck look like I fell when I went fishing. So much diamonds on my bust, now ooh, fuck, what's the time? Ain't smoke, perp, sniffing, drink, ooh, fuck, she take lines. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it. You're such a fucking hoe, I love it.